our 3-day AI crash course. Over the next few sessions, I'm going to show you how AI becomes your assistant, your marketing team, your sales team, your research team, without you hiring a whole staff. AI creates millionaire opportunities because it multiplies output, not because it's magic, but because it makes a small team operate like a big team. A one-person business can now create what used to require 5, 10, 20 people. This is how small-cap businesses start thinking like large-cap businesses. Let me give you hard numbers. McKinsey estimates generative AI could create between 2.6 and $4.4 trillion of value annually across use cases. Goldman Sachs research suggested generative AI could raise global GDP by about 7%, roughly $7 trillion. Microsoft reported that 75% of global knowledge workers are already using AI at work, meaning adoption isn't slow anymore. It's mainstream. And here's what I love. Early studies show measurable time savings. Users saving about 11 minutes a day, which adds up to around 10 hours saved in 11 weeks. Let me explain the millionaire part. Money follows leverage. AI gives you leverage in 4 ways: speed, volume, precision, and automation. The new winners are not the people with the most talent. The new winners are the people who can execute the fastest with the highest quality. Small-cap businesses stay small because everything depends on the owner. Large-cap businesses scale because they run on systems. AI helps you build those systems, writing ads, drafting offers, summarizing feedback, creating SOPs, and analyzing your market. AI is not just for tech companies. It's for anybody who sells, serves, teaches, builds, or leads. If you communicate, you can multiply. There are 3 levels of AI power: assistant, operator, and agency. In this crash course, I'm going to move you up levels, quick. Here's why this matters now. The world is pouring money into AI infrastructure because this is the next industrial revolution. The economy is shifting. Here's what I need from you. Show up, participate, and build while you learn. Don't just watch, execute. Tonight, we're not chasing information. We're building transformation. If you learn to use AI correctly, you'll save time, move faster, and unlock new income streams. All right, day 1 starts now. Let's build.
What if the next 12 months could completely change your income, your skills, and your confidence without student debt? Welcome to Griffin School of Excellence, GSE, where excellence begins. If you're watching this right now, you're in the right place. This live stream is part of what we do at GSE: real teaching, real skills, and real-world training that helps you grow. So before class begins, do 3 quick things for me. Subscribe to this channel, like this stream, and share it with one person who's trying to level up. GSE is a skill-based technical school built for everyday people. People with jobs, families, responsibilities, and big dreams. Our mission is simple: to bring what feels like an insurmountably expensive education to the everyday person at affordable rates, with 0 debt. And to graduate students who are day 1 ready. That means when you finish here, you're holding skills you can use immediately in the workplace. At GSE, we train in areas that actually move the needle financially, skills that employers pay for and entrepreneurs use to build income. Here are a few of the core tracks we teach: coding and development, Python; build real projects, learn automation, and develop job-ready programming skills. AI for business. Learn how to use modern AI tools to create content, build funnels, automate workflows, and increase profit. Food truck entrepreneurship. Learn how to plan, price, design, and launch a food truck business the smart way. Audio/video engineering. Learn the skills behind live streaming, recording, editing, and production for real environments. And the goal is always the same: skill plus application equals transformation. GSE is for the person starting over, the person tired of living check to check, the person who knows they're gifted but needs structure, the person who's ready to stop watching other people win and start building. Whether you're in Texas, somewhere else in the US, or across the world. Our cohorts are online, which means your location doesn't disqualify you. If you can learn, apply, and stay consistent, you belong here. What makes GSE different isn't just the classes, it's the culture. We don't hand out participation certificates. We believe in earned excellence. We build students who can actually do something, not just talk about it. This is a place where you get challenged, supported, and equipped. If you want to enroll, apply for a scholarship, or learn more, go to the GSE website and fill out the application. This is your sign to step in. And if you're here because you heard about scholarships, yes, we do scholarship opportunities, and we're always looking for students who are serious. All right, class is about to begin. Subscribe, like, and share. Apply on the GSE website. Welcome to Griffin School of Excellence, where excellence begins. Let's get into.
Listen, what you're about to learn can change the entire direction of your business, your income, and your time. AI is not coming, it's already here. And the people who learn how to use it will move faster, build smarter, and scale with less stress. Welcome to our 3-day AI crash course. Over the next few sessions, I'm going to show you how AI becomes your assistant, your marketing team, your sales team, your research team, without you hiring a whole staff. AI creates millionaire opportunities because it multiplies output, not because it's magic, but because it makes a small team operate like a big team. A one-person business can now create what used to require 5, 10, 20 people. This is how small-cap businesses start thinking like large-cap businesses. Let me give you hard numbers. McKinsey estimates generative AI could create between $2.6 and $4.4 trillion of value annually across use cases. Goldman Sachs research suggested generative AI could raise global GDP by about 7%, roughly $7 trillion. Microsoft reported that 75% of global knowledge workers are already using AI at work, meaning adoption isn't slow anymore. It's mainstream. And here's what I love. Early studies show measurable time savings. Users saving about 11 minutes a day, which adds up to around 10 hours saved in 11 weeks. Let me explain the millionaire part. Money follows leverage. AI gives you leverage in 4 ways: speed, volume, precision, and automation. The new winners are not the people with the most talent. The new winners are the people who can execute the fastest with the highest quality. Small-cap businesses stay small because everything depends on the owner. Large-cap businesses scale because they run on systems. AI helps you build those systems, writing ads, drafting offers, summarizing feedback, creating SOPs, and analyzing your market. AI is not just for tech companies. It's for anybody who sells, serves, teaches, builds, or leads. If you communicate, you can multiply. There are 3 levels of AI power: assistant, operator, and agency. In this crash course, I'm going to move you up levels, quick. Here's why this matters now. The world is pouring money into AI infrastructure because this is the next industrial revolution. The economy is shifting. Here's what I need from you. Show up, participate, and build while you learn. Don't just watch, execute. Tonight, we're not chasing information. We're building transformation. If you learn to use AI correctly, you'll save time, move faster, and unlock new income streams. All right, day 1 starts now. Let's build. Listen, what you're about to learn can change the entire direction of your business, your income, and your time. AI is not coming, it's already here. And the people who learn how to use it will move faster, build smarter, and scale with less stress. Welcome to our 3-day AI crash course. Over the next few sessions, I'm going to show you how AI becomes your assistant, your marketing team, your sales team, your research team, without you hiring a whole staff. AI creates millionaire opportunities because it multiplies output, not because it's magic, but because it makes a small team operate like a big team. A one-person business can now create what used to require 5, 10, 20 people. This is how small-cap businesses start thinking like large-cap businesses. Let me give you hard numbers. McKinsey estimates generative AI could create between $2.6 and $4.4 trillion of value annually across use cases. Goldman Sachs research suggested generative AI could raise global GDP by about 7%, roughly $7 trillion. Microsoft reported that 75% of global knowledge workers are already using AI at work, meaning adoption isn't slow anymore. It's mainstream. And here's what I love. Early studies show measurable time savings. Users saving about 11 minutes a day, which adds up to around 10 hours saved in 11 weeks. Let me explain the millionaire part. Money follows leverage. AI gives you leverage in four ways: speed, volume, precision, and automation. The new winners are not the people with the most talent. The new winners are the people who can execute the fastest with the highest quality. Small cap businesses stay small because everything depends on the owner. Large cap businesses scale because they run on systems. AI helps you build those systems, writing ads, drafting offers, summarizing feedback, creating SOPs, and analyzing your market. AI is not just for tech companies. It's for anybody who sells, serves, teaches, builds, or leads. If you communicate, you can multiply. There are three levels of AI power: assistant, operator, and agency. In this crash course, I'm going to move you up levels, quick. Here's why this matters now. The world is pouring money into AI infrastructure because this is the next industrial revolution. The economy is shifting. Here's what I need from you. Show up, participate, and build while you learn. Don't just watch, execute. Tonight, we're not chasing information. We're building transformation. If you learn to use AI correctly, you'll save time, move faster, and unlock new income streams. All right, day one starts now. Let's build.
All right, what's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? So good to see y'all. Go ahead and drop your name and where you're watching from. I see you, Dale. I see you, Simon, Raylene. So good to see you guys. Go ahead. Today we're going to be learning some amazing stuff. Actually, I need to put my headphones on in a second because I'm going to be playing some stuff here. Guys, what we're going to be covering is just it's astounding to say the least. Remarkable, absolutely remarkable. And I'm just speechless at some of the stuff that we're going to talk about and discuss. I remember one of the things we're going to talk about is AI auto dialers. And I remember beta testing AI auto dollars. Maybe I was teaching at Reagan and Stone Oak, and this is 2 years ago. And I remember doing it as a project with my students, and are doing it and inviting my students to participate. So you build out the auto dollar, and we're going to actually see how. And I did this with my coding class yesterday. We did AI, like we did Bolt AI, Claude AI. And they actually can code and they know how to code. But we wanted to see what AI could do as far as benefiting those who knew how to code. And so it was just cool. But we're not going to do Bolt AI and Claude AI because that's really for coders. But we are going to learn how AI systems actually work. And I'm looking over. I have a screen over here that would our lineup of things from Teachable Machine, which is how I'm going to demonstrate to you how AI works. So if you just wondered how AI works, we're going to jump into that, to what we've been going over, which is landing pages and setting up automation. So somebody comes to your landing page, they give you their information, you send them out an email or lead magnet, and then you start communicating with them, building their trust, and giving them resources that help them, right? I always said if you add value to somebody in the business world, and that's what my degree is in, that's what I've done forever. If you add value to someone in the business world, that they'll happily give you money. People will happily give you money for something that makes their life easier, right? We give people money for gas. We give people money for potato chips. We give people money for all kinds of things. If it makes our life easier, we're normally pretty happy to give someone money for that thing, right? We're going to review generative AI, something I also went over with my coding class yesterday. We're going to talk about Vapey, and we're going to review Suno and for like jingles for your business and stuff like that. We've used it at the church for songs. It's cool AI to play around with. So we have a lot. I mean, tonight is going to just be absolutely bananas. It's going to be pretty incredible, pretty crazy. If you see me looking over here, it's because all of my screens, I moved them over here to the left side. Had one over the left, one over the right, so I'm just kind of glancing like this. But right now, all of them literally are over on to the left side up here. I have one on a speaker. I should ring up my my phone to make it work as a camera so I can show you guys the other side, what you guys don't see. You guys kind of see compressors and audio processors and all of this stuff, and mics in the back that I use for recording vocals and music. My wife's a singer. And so this is my little office that I built out, and I built a shed and built an office in it. So yes, we reviewed Suno. We're going to review, as I said, we're going to review Suno because it's going to be important for you to know. We kind of touched on Suno before. I've touched on Suno at least multiple times live, and then in person in classes, and I've taught on Suno before. Very, very simple, very, very easy. We won't be on Suno long. It is really self-explanatory, but it's a very, very fun project, fun tool. Okay, so are you ready to jump in? This is pretty exciting, and hopefully you are ready to just dive in and hop in. Okay, and how did y'all like that AI, that HeyGen? And I think we've covered HeyGen before. I know we've covered HeyGen before. I don't know if we did it. I don't think we did it in the video. I think we've done it in physical classes. But that open, and both of those, the GSE pre-roll and the AI pre-roll, were both HeyGen. So just FYI. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. I see you, Stephanie and Francisco, Raylene. I thought I saw. Okay. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and let's just dive right on in. So we're going to come over here to the screen capture. And the first thing that we're going to do is kind of talk about, what AI is. Like what is AI? And we want to kind of go over the benefits of AI. And I want to go over some of the information here for how we build AI models. And then we'll eventually take a break, and I'll come back and I'll kind of maybe push through some slides. Hey, Simon, I see Simon's popping up. What's going on, Simon? All right, so let's go ahead, and this was very, very cool. We did this yesterday with the coding and development class, and so we kind of got a little bit of overlap from coding class into AI class, because it, this kind of touches, coding. So, and AI, of course, is coded software, so they kind of overlap in some places. Okay. So you should be able to see, let me see if you can see my cursor here. All righty. So what you're looking at is something called Teachable Machine. I believe it was created by Google. And it is an example of, you're able to basically build your own quote unquote large language model. And what I mean by quote unquote is it is not, a large language model is going to have, millions and millions and millions of data points, which puts the large and large language model, right? And but this is not a large language model. We're not going to put millions of data points. We're going to put 3 data points, and we're going to use, probably do 50 epochs, which means 50 cycles, and so on. So not a super large language model, but this is how large language models are built. So we're going to do that. So you see class 1, class 2, class 3. So, and this should be remarkably interesting, guys. This should be absolutely incredible in the fact that you get to see how AI works. We're going to literally train a model right now. So we're going to train an AI model right now. And this is how they're trained at scale. So what we're going to do is we're going to call class 1. We're going to call it book. And I've downloaded some books here. And then we have this one, which we're going to call mic, like microphone. Then we have what we're going to call person. Okay, perfect. Let's see if I can make this screen a little bigger. Get every inch I can out of the screen. Makes it easier for you guys to see. All right, there we go. We'll come up here. All righty. There we go. So we're going to upload some pictures of some books here, some pictures of some mics, and some pictures of some people. And we'll see exactly how large language models think. Remember, AI, artificial intelligence, they're predicting, not so much reasoning, or not reasoning at all. They are simply predicting. They're not reasoning. And what that means is they're not thinking. So people are worried about the AI uprising. Well, AI isn't thinking. Right now, it is merely predicting. So go ahead and type predicting in the chat. It is merely predicting. So if we input millions of data points, the prediction gets really, really good, but it's still just predicting. All right, so let's go ahead and put in, so I see predicting. Yeah, go ahead and type in predicting in the chat. All right, so let's make it work. Here we go. So we're going to kind of start off a little slower, then we're going to pick up the pace. I don't want to lose you guys. All right. So I had a Teachable Machine. There we go. Books. So I have these pictures. Notice that it's not seeing all of them. It's not seeing the WEBP. It's only seeing JPEGs. We got a picture of a book, picture of a mic. And you're going to see everything. This is all real. So this is just some pictures I downloaded of a mic. So this is a bookshelf, tons of books, just one book with the pages flipping. And then this just kind of has a bunch of covers of random books, which may look like one image, so that may be confusing to it. So we're going to see how it does. And this is, once again, this is all live. I didn't want you to pull any punches on any of these apps, any of this AI. I want you to see what it really is like. That's why I didn't pre-record anything. I wanted to do it live. If it glitches, it's really glitching. We got to see how to overcome those glitches. If it works, it works. If we have to put in more information, that is what we have to do. But this is 100% real, and I wanted you to see that. All right, so here's a picture of a microphone, an old-timey microphone, and 2 other microphones on stands. And then we'll throw in some pictures of some people. And these are pictures of people. All right. And one is 2, it looks like ladies. And then you have, are you guys able to see this? Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. You guys able to see this picture okay? Let's blow it up just a little bit. I don't want to blow it up too big and then it's okay. Alrighty. So we uploaded pictures of books, pictures of mics, pictures of person. This is how AI works. They upload millions of pictures and humans train them. The human says, this is a book, like I uploaded bookshelves. And here's what another picture of a book. Here's a black book, white book, green book, blue book, books on bookshelves, books under beds, books dropped in water, books, and it just begins to be able to identify books and becomes really good at predicting what's a book and what's not a book. Same thing with mics, blue mics, orange mic, old timey mic, futuristic mic, mics on poles, mic, and there you have it. And people, white people, black people, Asian people, African people, European people, Russian people, women people, baby people, male people, and a person says, hey, this is what a person is. This is what people look like, and begin to go in and go in and go in, and that's where it's being trained on these images of these sounds. This is what a bird sounds like. This is what a crow sounds like. This is what an eagle sounds like. But eagles are birds, right? So it's an eagle, and eagles are a classification of birds. So, and humans go in and tell it all this, and it begins to get really, really good at predicting. So now that we've created 3 classes, a book class, a mic class, a person class here in Teachable Machine, go ahead and type in Teachable Machine. Type Teachable Machine in. Teachable Machine, Teachable Machine. I see you. All right. And we're going to train this model. Training means is going to go through and look at all of these, right? And going to begin to try to figure out patterns between them. And I'm going to go to advanced settings here. And it has batch size. Batch size is, hey, how many clumps? If this was millions of pieces of data, millions of data points, I wouldn't necessarily want it to process all million at once. I might want it to process, batch it up into hundreds of thousands and run 10, 100,000, 100,000 data points 10 times to get to that million versus all of it at once. Or if I had 100 images, I might say, instead of doing one batch of 100, I might say do 10 batches of 10, right? And then once you finish going through it all one time, that's considered an epoch. So after you go over 50 times, then you've done all of these 50 epochs. And we could have set this to whatever we wanted to set it to. Okay. So now we're going to tell it to train. So 50 epochs, 16 at a time. We only have 9 data points, so it's going to go, through all 9 at the same simultaneously. So we tell it to, hey, train this model. So now you see it's training. All right, so it's training. All right, so now it's saying, hey, buddy, we've trained your model. All right, so let me scoot it down here so now you can see me. All righty. So if you notice now, look at this. Isn't this crazy? I put in book, mic, person, and it's identifying my face in real time. Hey, y'all, this is me, right? Now it's a little laggy because it's going through that website, but you get the point. And it says it is 99% sure that I am a person, right? Based on the faces and all of the input data, it's 99% sure that I'm a person, okay? Now I have a microphone over here. I just happen to have a microphone over here. And then when I put the microphone up, look, it starts going, hey, that might be a microphone. Now, mind you, there's a microphone here on the stand, but it doesn't recognize it. So look, it's saying, hey, this is a microphone. And let me put the microphone up close. Look at that. Now it's saying, hey, I am really certain that this is a microphone. I am really certain that this is a microphone, right? More certain that it's a microphone than anything else. And the more images of microphones I put up, the more it is likely to identify microphones, okay? And then what if there's both? What if we have a microphone up and me? And it's going, hey, I know I recognize the person, but it's like, I think I see a microphone, but the image is majority of a person. If I put it right here, see how it goes up? And then if I put it right here. And if I was to kind of try to hide and duck out of the scene and leave the microphone, it'd go up even higher. But what about the book? What about the book? Chicken Soup for the Soul. It's been sitting outside. A Mother's Love. I don't know if these are good books or not. I don't know where this book even came from. I get gifted books, even weird books. And I just be kind, but I don't know where this actually came from. Could have been come from a garage sale. I don't know. But look, it's not identifying that as a book, but I can still identify this as a mic. Why is that? Because it doesn't know that this is a book. Why? Because it knows what a bookshelf is, and books, if I was to open it up, maybe it'll do better. Maybe it'll do a better job of opening if I do it like that, try to make it look like the image a little bit. But there's not enough data. And then, so it has a bookshelf, it has a book that's open, or several books that's open, and then just some random covers that look like pictures. So it is not vibing on, hey, this is also a book. But if I downloaded 50 more pictures of books, uploaded them, it will probably get really, really good at identifying what a book is. And this is artificial intelligence. We just trained our first AI model. We just trained our very, very first AI model. Go ahead and type, I'm a trainer, in the chat. Go ahead and just type that in. I'm a trainer. I'm a trainer. You guys are now artificial intelligence trainers. Just type that in. I'm a trainer. I'm a trainer. I'm a trainer. You guys are now officially artificial intelligence trainers. Simon said, try another book. I have all the women books next to me. All right, this is a book on modeling. It has a Dale on it. It's a little dirty. But here, let me take the cover off. Oh, goodness. I'll take the cover off. I think my kid has written on it, but so we'll leave the cover on. But we could try a different book. This is a hardback book called Model Woman. Once again, I don't know. My wife has a show she runs in here with her mother, so I don't know if these books came from them, but I let them use my office. So here it is identifying this book a little bit better. But that's not, if we really wanted to get really, really good at doing this, we would have to train it more. So let's go. So this seems to be interesting to you guys. So let's do, and it's remarkably interesting. Let's go ahead and just find more pictures of books. All right, so here's images. So let's just find more pictures of books. And let's just download, save image as. All right, and we're going, but that's web WP. We know it doesn't like those. All right. So let's find pictures of a book. So that's the initial picture. Maybe we can find one just of a single book, but it'll get smarter just the more pictures we download and just tell it it's a book. Okay. So we'll call this BK1, right? Let's see here. I have to find where my Teachable Machine is. Oh, it's in downloads. Okay. Well, that works. All right, so let's hit save image as, and we'll do BK1. And it's in my downloads folder under Teachable Machine. Would go books. All right, BK1, and then we'll just do a bunch of books, guys. Save image as BK2. And we'll see if we can make it smarter. And this is what they do. They have millions and millions and millions of copies of what books are. And it's just going to recognize books and start making patterns of books. And hopefully this will now recognize our books a little bit better. I can't see where it's just a single book anywhere. I'd love to see where it just has It's just a book. That's a person reading a book. Here's one where it's just a single book, but it's a kind of cartoony book, but that still might work. Let's see. BK5. Nikki says, hi, everybody. BK6. BK7. And the hope is that we'll... Now, the thing is, all of these books, they're just, none of them are by themselves. So everybody start to believe that books have to be, in clumps. Right? So we need just books by themselves. So it knows that books don't have to be in clumps. See, we might have not even noticed that all of these books were together. So, but it will definitely notice it and just think that's what a book is. It's just, something that comes in groups. So if it sees it by itself, it might think, hey, this can't be a book. It's just by itself. BK8. We're going to try to make this thing really, really smart. BK9. And ideally, we'd want PNG so there's no background for it to think the book is part of the background. All right. Save image as BK10. So now we're going to try to see if we can take it from not being able to recognize books to being really, really good at recognizing books. BK11. Can you imagine if this was your job all day? All you did was upload images in the AI or upload sounds in the AI so that it could recognize bird sound or so that it could recognize I'm just picking these books at random, guys. Okay, so let's go back to the model. Okay, we're building our own artificial intelligence using Teachable Machine. So it wasn't great at recognizing books. It can recognize people pretty good from those pictures, but books are confusing to it. So we're just going to come over here and we're going to say, hey, buddy, we need you to take all of these books and begin to recognize it. So in class 1, we have books. In class 2, we have Mike. In class 3, we have persons. We tell it to batch it in groups of 16, which now we may have 4, 8, 12, 16. So we have 19 books. So it's going to do 16. So it'll do 2 batches, and it's going to do both of those batches 50 times for a total of 50 epochs. We're going to hit train. And now we're going to let the Simon says the sound is low. Can y'all hear me okay? Can you guys hear me okay? Can you guys hear me okay? All righty. Hopefully you can. All righty. Now look at this. Now that we've trained the model, it wouldn't recognize the book at all. Now it's saying, hey, there's people and there's books. So what is it recognizing? What you can't see is on my bookshelf, there's all of these books here. So now it's recognizing them. Now look, it's done. It says, hey, you don't even have to. Look at that. Now when I put a book in front of it, look what it does. Look at that. Let's try another book. 100% match. 100% match. 100% match at one point. So what happened? It got smarter. We trained our AI and it got smarter. Look at that. Come on, somebody. It couldn't tell a book apart. And what do? We begin to add more books and add more books and add more books. And now it's like, oh, I see these books and I recognize them as books. And I recognize the other book as a book. And bada bing, bada boom. Our artificial intelligence is now becoming more intelligent. Right? It's saying, hey, I know what a book is now. I know what a book is. I know what mics are. I know what a person is. And we can do this for trees and desks and donkeys and cows and dirt and the sun and stars and planets and sounds and voices and people and squeaks and keys. And it'll begin to understand all of these things. Because I could come here and just say, hey, Teachable Machine, as we're training our AI, let's make a new project. We're gonna save that project, right? Well, we're not gonna connect it, but you guys get it. But we could do this for other things. We can do so now. Erase that project because I didn't save it. But we can do audio, and then we just start uploading bird sounds. We could call class 1 birds and class 2 something else, and another sound, and we can train it on sounds. We could train it on visuals, and boom, boom, boom. Now it is trained. Oh, did it not erase it? Oh, yay! Look, it just made a new one. It didn't erase it. So. Isn't that cool, guys? You guys get to see how AI works. Millions. That's why they call it large language models. They have to catalog everything on Earth. Can you imagine that? So that the bird apps, when you point your phone at a bird, it can tell you what bird it is because it's cataloged millions of pictures of that bird. And somebody's job was to catalog millions of pictures of that bird. Crazy, right? Or that sound. We need a baby crying, and you're going to find millions of different sounds of babies crying and upload it so that to train the model so it knows what babies crying are. And then until the model gets so good that it can find its own sounds of babies crying, identify them, and add it to itself. So now the AI, because I think it was Google that announced they've put so much data. Now, mind you, Google has all the data in the world, every search ever made, every picture, everything. And so when it decided to make an AI, all of the data was already there. So now it says it's gotten so good that now it goes out and finds its own data to build itself. That's crazy. But the AI is so good now that it's building itself. My goodness. Go ahead and just say AI is smart. Type that in the chat. AI is smart. AI is smart. Go ahead and type it in the chat. AI is smart. Because it is. AI is really, really smart. All righty. So we're going to talk about smart AI right now. I was trying to utilize my different Apple devices, but I don't want it to. Okay. All righty. Here we go. So now we went over how to create a funnel. Y'all remember that? We went over how to make a funnel, and that was pretty incredible. So we just got a chance to do that AI example. If y'all had fun, just go ahead in the chat, type, I had fun. That was fun. If you had fun, just go ahead and put in the chat. That was fun. That was fun. Okay. All right, so now we're going to take it up a notch, okay? Oh, snaps. There we go. All righty. We're going to take it up a notch. And we're going to go into what we did last week as far as creating funnels. And then from there, we're going to go even deeper. You're going to go even deeper. So let's go ahead and just review what we did. So last week, we made a landing page, or last session, we created a landing page, okay? And the landing page, let me pull it up. This is our landing page, right? So it allowed people to come to our landing page, and whatever our business was, it allowed it to them to put in their information. And then once they put in their information, we captured their information and we began to send them whatever we promised them. So this works with any business. whether it's a service business like lawyers, doctors, masseuses, bookkeepers, or whether it is selling a product like a racket or a ball. So it doesn't matter what it is. What matters is that you're able to mine prospects. And another thing that we're going to do is once you get that information, we're going to use Zapier to connect your landing page. So which is all of this. So we did this already. If you missed that class, make sure you go back and watch it and learn. If not, you're going to just be lost, right? But we made a landing page. What's a landing page? You guys type in the chat. What's a landing page? Go ahead and put in a landing page. What's a landing page as I pull it up? All right, want to give me a preview? Okay. So I just made up something. I know absolutely nothing about pickleball. I mean, less than nothing. But I just as an example, I made a pickleball landing page. So pickleball net and supplies. So I'm selling, the pickleball nets and rackets and supplies, right? So I just made up this business and I created this landing page. So it has a picture up here. And then someone could give me their email, first name, last name, phone, and grab for your offer. So I ran in my imaginary world here. I ran an ad that said, hey, I'm going to give you the top 10 suppliers for pickleball supplies, right? And I advertise to people that want pickleball supplies. And then they click my ad. You see these ads all the time. Hey, if you want this offer, click here. And they click on it. They land here. They give me their email, first name, last name. And I automatically email them out everything I told them I was. And then every week for maybe the next 10 weeks, I email them something automatically, right? So, and I'm going to go ahead and copy this fictitious landing page that I created for fictitious business. And I'm going to paste it in the chat so you guys can check it out. So, absolutely, where information is collected. This is where I created my personality quiz. I see you guys. See you, Raylene, Nikki. Awesome. I see you. What's the landing page? Okay, we're going to go over that. I got you. Okay, so a landing page is where when you see those offers on social media, hey, I'm going to send you my guide for the top 5 ways to whatever, right? For top 5 ways to, dye your hair. The top 5 ways to, I'm trying to make this a little bit bigger. Top 5 ways to dye your hair. The top 5 ways to pick up a man, or the top 10 things to do if you're buying a business or trying to get into Airbnbs. Click here for my free guide, right? So what do? You click the free guide and it brings you to a landing page, right? And I just put a preview of that, a link to that landing page in the chat, and it'll bring you here. I'm gonna leave this live for a little bit before I cancel it, before I take it down, rather. So pickleball net and supplies was my landing page. So I'm a pickleball supply seller. They click my link, they come here, they give me their email, first name, last name, phone number, and they hit grab offer, right? And it will automatically send them whatever I promised them. So here I created automations. All right, so here I created automation. So let me go back one just to make sure you, and you have to go, if you want the fuller here, you want to go back and watch the video on setting all of this up. So once again, just a preview, they land on this page after they click the link. They give me their email, first name, last name, and phone number. And then it goes to this automation. And the automation, I have an automation here, pickleball automations. I'm going to tell it to preview workflow, because if you edit, I think it's going to pause it, right? So the person gives me their name and their phone number. This is the trigger. It's called the trigger. And then from there, I think it froze up here. Okay, there we go. So it's a trigger. So first they give me their name and phone number. It triggers it, and then they get my first email, 10 things to know before launching your pickleball court. It gets that email, and it gets whatever I promised them. And then next, I put a time delay of till the next Monday at 8 a.m. Then they get my second email, Pimp Ball Essentials. I put a time delay, wait 3 days this time. So it's going to wait 3 days, and then it's going to send them my pickleball purchasing do's and don'ts, right? And then just for an example, I did a 3-day funnel. But in real life, I'd probably do a 50-day funnel, right? So, or 50, 50, not necessarily days, because you can put weeks between them, but a 50 email funnel. And if they wait a week between emails, that's 50 weeks. So that's almost a year. And that is huge. That is great. Think about, customer relations, and the customer's really going to trust you after you've been giving them free stuff for a week. And the goal is really to give them value, not necessarily to ask them for money. People will give you money when you give them something of value. People will absolutely give you money when you give them something of value. When you say, hey, I want to give you something of value, they'll be like, hey, I'm going to give you. Because think about it. They're going to trust you after if I'm selling pickleball stuff and I'm telling them where to get their supplies, and not just selling my supplies, but saying, hey, I sell rackets, but hey, there's this exact same place that sells rackets for 10% cheaper. Go buy from them. Make sure you give me the rest of your business. I'm better. But on this particular racket, if you're looking for the XF50, this place is better. How much you're going to trust me after I give you some solid advice like this? I'm like, hey, man, this guy's a straight shooter, right? And if I give you, and not saying you have to do it that way, but that could be one of the things you do. Let them know, hey, about your competitors and what they do better than you, what you do better than them. Try to educate them. Tell them about nets. Tell them about rackets, or whatever your business is. Give them the skinny. Give them the deep. And even if you don't want to tell them about competitors, you can tell them about all of the just different ways you can help them, and not selling them anything. Just say, hey, you're going to need carpeting. I don't sell carpeting, but these are the top 10 people that, do carpeting for your clubhouse. Top 10 people to surface your pickleball, whatever, right? So you just start giving them massive, massive value. And after weeks of doing this, they're going to be like, man, this is a resource. So then when you say, hey, I'm running a sale on blah, 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 they're likely to buy from you because they trust you and you've been such a resource to them. If that makes sense, go ahead and type in, I'm tracking. If you're tracking, go ahead and type in, I'm tracking. So if you're tracking, go ahead and type in, I'm tracking, I'm tracking, I'm tracking. Okay. All righty. So that's a landing page. So that's called a funnel, or a funnel automation. So automatically in this funnel automation, people are going to be able to grab their information, their email, phone, and they're going to instantly start getting emails from you. Or you can do emails and text. And I'm going to even show you how to do phone calls. So someone fills out your landing page, they get whatever email you promised them, they get whatever coupon you promised them. And then how about they also get a phone call? How about they also get a phone call automatically? Let's jump over to that really, really quickly. And then we're supposed to, in my next in order, I have Zapier. But let's get to the phone calls. I'm going to move that up in the order here. Okay. So it has logged me out. So let me get logged back in here. Now, mind you, I beta tested one of these softwares. This is not the software I beta tested. I beta tested it years ago. I couldn't actually remember which software it was. But I remember it being awesome. So we are going to, and this is going to blow your mind, guys. This is a program called Vapey Voice API, which I'm sure Vapey Voice API is probably what it stands for. But check this out. This software will call your clients for you and talk to them. So they could fill out your landing page, and then they fill out your landing page. And when they fill out your landing page, they automatically get a phone call from Vapey or Agent Voice or your, voice over your voice AI of choice, conversational voice AI of choice. And then it begins to talk to them. So this is one that I've already set up, and then we'll make one from scratch. Now I just have a free account. It may only give me so many credits. So hopefully I don't burn up all of my credits before we make it through this class, but let's see. So I created an assistant called Javier. It already came with a generic assistant called Riley. I created a specific assistant called Javier, and I told it what to do as a system prompt. And I'm going to tell you how I made this prompt because it's a pretty detailed prompt. And now let's have it call me. And I want you guys to be able to hear. So let me know if you guys can hear it, because I want you guys to be able to hear this. I don't know if I need to do anything special on my side. But I want you guys to be able to active system audio capture. All right, there we go. So I think I made the audio work on for you guys too. Y'all let me know if you can hear the Javier, my AI assistant.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, is this lead name?
Yes, it is.
Great, this is GSE Enrollment Concierge, an AI assistant calling on behalf of Griffin School of Excellence. You requested information about GSE. Is now a bad time to talk?
No. Now it's totally fine.
Wonderful. Quick question. What caught your attention about GSE and the programs we offer?
Well, I wanted to go back to school. I wanted to get a better education. I wanted to learn about AI. It's kind of taken over, and I thought GSC, Griffin School of Excellence, might be the place for me.
That sounds like a great goal. AI for business is a fantastic track for diving into AI tools and automating tasks. What are you hoping to achieve in the next 60, 90 days with this?
A better understanding of how AI works and how I can use it in my life to enhance my business. I have a bakery, and I want to use it to enhance my bakery.
That sounds exciting. The AI for business track can definitely help you apply AI tools to enhance your bakery's operations and customer experience. Let me be upfront about tuition so we don't waste your time. The program is $1,200 per month. Does that sound doable if the program helps you achieve your goals with AI for your bakery?
It absolutely does, but I have to be honest. I have a really, really good friend, Francisco, and he says that using, conversational AI tools like Vapey and Agent Voice, that it's kind of weird to use those kind of call auto dialer AI tools to enhance your business. How do you think customers receive AI?
I understand your concern. Using AI tools, especially conversational AI, can be new for many businesses, but it's becoming quite common and accepted as they improve customer experience and operational efficiency. At GSE, our program focuses on practical projects and coaching to help you implement these tools effectively so that your customer's experience is seamless and personal. The next step would be to schedule a quick 15-20-minute enrollment call with an advisor to confirm the right track and start date. Would you prefer that call later today or tomorrow?
Later.
Email to send the confirmation and enrollment details.
Thank you. Boom, and I just ended the call. Come on, somebody. That's incredible. He sounds real. He's having a conversation. He's talking to people. I tell him I have doubts and issues. He's handling the doubts and issues. Incredible. Go ahead and type incredible in the chat. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. That's just incredible. And go ahead and just type "that's incredible" in the chat. That's incredible. My goodness, that's pretty incredible that it can do that. Let me play some applause. That's pretty incredible that can do that. And this is just on the free trial right here. So do y'all want to kind of make our own voice assistant? If you guys want to make your own voice assistant, say, let's make a new one. Let's make a new one. And once again, this can be triggered. So that means that we can trigger this. When someone hits our landing page, we can use a program like Zapier or Zapier. They call them Zaps. But we can use these Zaps to automatically connect our landing page so they get the email and they get the call. How dope is that? How dope is that, right? So let's go ahead and set up our own. We need a new name for our assistant. You guys give me a new name for the assistant. I need a new name for the assistant, and I need the type of business. So I need a new name for the assistant, and I need the type of business. So you guys give me, I see you, Raylene, Nikki, Stephanie, Francisco, Simon. I see you guys. Go ahead and give me, by the way, make sure you type your name in the chat so I can see you. If you're joining us, go ahead and type your name in the chat. But I need a name for the assistant. Give me a name for the assistant. And I need the type of business. So I need the name for the assistant and the type of business. So bakery, Kelly, Sandy. Okay, so I got Kelly, Sandy, and a bakery. Now I said bakery. Y'all rolled with me. All right. So we call her Kelly, Sandy, or I guess we could put Sandy as the first name, Sandy Kelly. So one person said Sandy, next person said Kelly. Francisco said Francisco. Sandy, Kelly, Francisco. All right, Kelly's now the middle name. Or how about Sandy, Francisco, Kelly? All right. Now we're going to create our assistant. All right. So provider, OpenAI. We're going to use 4.0 cluster. So we're going to leave everything on the default. And now we need to tell it about our business. This is where it's a blank template. So this is where I'm going to do. I'm going to just come over because this is what I did. You can see what I did over here. And I just told it. I'm going to just tell it. Now we're going to create something new. Here we go. We'll say, hey, so we're going to make up a business. I am doing a demo of Vapey. I am pretending, or for this example, I can say I'm pretending to own a bakery. Write a Vapey system prompt so that it can call any potential clients. Give this pretend bakery a name, list of hot items, pricing, discounts, deals, and anything else you deem necessary to include in the prompt. Remember, this is for example purposes only, so do not add this bakery as part of my ChatGPT profile. However, create the prompt as if it were real so that Vapey responds as if it is real. Alrighty. So I don't want it to add, because we're on my account, I don't want it to think I'm opening up a bakery, so I don't remember any of this stuff. But treat it like it's real for the sake of the example. All right, it gave it a name, Maya. And now it's creating a system prompt. You are Maya, a warm, confident, outbound phone representative for Honey and Health Bakery. Your job is to call. Now, mind you, if, I'm having to create this just as a demo, but the first one with GSC was real. So I could use that prompt right now and generate real, actual leads in real life. So, I'm reading here. Sorry, guys. So understand that in your ChatGPT, you should have all of your information about you and all your information about the business, and it can pull all that stuff up instantly. It won't be pretend. Here's pretend because I already, I did one for GSC. I could do one for the church to make it real, but here we're just going to do it and kind of play around with it. All right, so here you go. You are Maya, a warm, confident, outbound phone representative for Honey and Health Bakery. Your job is to call local potential customers and convert them into an order, or a scheduled pickup delivery. All right, core and identity and tone, voice upbeat, friendly neighborhood bakery energy, never pushy. Pacing is warm, 2 to 5 minutes. Style, 1 to 2 questions. Prime objective, book a call. All right, bakery costs, because I told him to make a list of things. So, all right. So it's giving me a system prompt for Vapey, compliance and safety rules. All right, so here we go. All right, we're not there yet. So here we go, Vapey. All right, there we go. And now I'm going to tell it. Okay, it froze again. Hold on, let me. We hadn't gotten to that screen. We're going to get there in a second. There we go. All right. So this is you heard what I typed in. I put into Vapey. I'm just copying it. It created me drip coffee and pricing. And once again, this would all be real for your business, but here's an example. It's just fake, for example purposes only. So I pasted it in, and now I'm going to hit publish. And that other screen over here was not Vapey. This is some stuff we're going to get to in a minute. So I just went from ChatGPT to Vapey. All right. So now it's going to say, hey, I want some structured outputs. It's saying, hey, what I want is I need you to identify what my outputs are going to be. Like, what's my goal? What's my purpose? So I'm going to put product interest level. I want, if somebody requests a discount, escalation, lead qualified, successful evaluation. I want a call summary. If someone basically cancels an appointment or pickup. So I'm telling it basically I want all of it. I want all of it. Okay. So I want to know if the call needs to be escalated to a person, to me. I want to know if someone books an appointment. I want to know a summary of the call. I want to know if customer gives feedback. Basically, I want all the information I can get from you. Lead status. Just give me all the things. I want all of the things. Call recording quality. So I want you to gauge all of the things, right? All of it, but we'll leave it right there. Okay. So I'm going to hit next. Create a new scorecard for assistant for Javier. We want a new scorecard. And this is how it decides if it did a good job or not. So call recording quality, lead status. I'm going to wait this at 50. Appointment book, true or false, customer feedback, lead qualified, success evaluation. Okay, appointment. So I'm going to publish it. All righty. So now we can talk to our assistant. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk to our assistant. So now it's thinking, it's going through all of the things, connecting to the Zapier servers, and we're going to see where it goes, how well our assistant is running. Uh-oh. It didn't like it. I think it's still thinking. I want to go to advanced just to make sure my, because I didn't hit save, but I guess it's just a demo, but I didn't hit save. Okay. What do we call it? Okay, it did. All right. Now voice. Okay. All right. So let's try it again. Let's see if our talk assistant will connect. It did not connect the first time. Once again, this is real life stuff. Real issues that you'd have running these APIs. Audio recording video. Okay. All right. Looks like everything is good. Just on those conversations we made, we spent 13 cents because it charges you per call. We're going to see if this is going to work with the new Zapier that I just created. All right, while that is loading, I'm going to take you over here to Zapier. So what is Zapier? Okay. All right, so what is Zapier? Go ahead and type Zapier in the chat. So while our voice over here is loading, and normally it doesn't take that long, so I'm going to hit refresh because normally it works pretty quick. It worked pretty quick for me earlier. Like I say, this isn't the one I beta tested, but so we're going to do that again. So go ahead and type Zapier in the chat. Go ahead and type Zapier in the chat. Zapier. You see the name there at the top. So go ahead and type Zapier in the chat. I see you guys. I see you. All right. If you heard a loud smack earlier, that was me smacking one of the kids. No, I'm just kidding. That was a fly. I was in here. I killed a fly. It kept buzzing around me. It should have known better. All right. So what Zapier, and once again, these are all real accounts. The demo accounts are real that I've set up. These are real Zapier accounts that I have that I use. These are real Zaps. And these are actually real connections, okay? So what this means is, and if you're not familiar with Zapier, Zapier connects different AI and different software systems together. For example, I have a Wix to ClickSend Zap right here. And what that means is that anytime someone fills out something on Wix, it automatically sends it to ClickSend. Well, what's ClickSend? ClickSend is a text system. If you've ever gotten a text from me or a text from the church, it came from ClickSend. I'm giving you guys all the behind the scenes stuff. I want you to learn this stuff. I want you to be great. I want you to use it for your churches and businesses and organizations, right? So anytime somebody fills a Wix form out, it sends that information to ClickSend, and then clicks in, sends that person a text or a series of texts, a text funnel. Google Forms. Somebody fills out a form on Google. It goes to Aweber. I told you guys about Aweber. That's what I used instead of MailerLite. But they have no free tier, so that's why I taught you MailerLite instead of Aweber. But I think Aweber is great. But someone fills out a Google form. That information goes to Aweber, and that's their funnel, right? That starts their funnel. When we did evangelism in Baton Rouge, it was Aweber. Someone fill out something in Aweber, it would go to clicks in. So if someone fill out our Aweber landing page, they would get emails and they would get texts. Web hooks for Google ads. We run a Google ad for one of the businesses or something, and then it will automatically connect them to, without them knowing, they just fill out the Google ad, right? They hit send, and they don't have to fill out anything else. When they hit send, it automatically goes to Aweber. So if we said, hey, we're going to email you, blah, 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 they fill it out, from their YouTube video ad or whatever they just saw, and it automatically go to Aweber and send them whatever we promised to send them, right? And let me show you how a Zap works. So you just hit create, new Zap. And here you can describe MailerLite to, say, clicks in. And what it's going to do, and we're not going to actually connect to these, but I want to walk you through it. So this is beta. Normally you'd have to find the software and see if it supported it, which it supports basically every software, seems like, on the planet, right? So now it's setting it up. Boom. It's already set it up for us. Back in the day, you'd have to manually set this stuff up. It is setting it up for us. It's set up MailerLite, subscriber created, and then boom, send them an SMS. It literally did it that fast for us. And we're done. We go through continue and we test it just to make sure it works, but it set it up for us. So somebody logs into or lands on MailerLite landing page, they fill it out, they get our funnel, so they automatically get the emails, and then now it connects them to clicks in, and they automatically get our text as well. If that's cool, go ahead and type "that's cool" in the chat. That's cool. And this is what happens when you begin to connect software. So Zapier allows us to connect software, and we connect a third software. We could have them get the email, get a text, and then get a phone call from Vapey. So we can have them, they fill out, hit the landing page, they get an email. Hey, thanks for signing up for my bakery and ordering some donuts. Thank you so much. And they get that thank you email. Then they get a text message that says, hey, since you bought a dozen donuts, your next donuts are 10% off. And then we could add another one for Vapey. If I spelled it right. So then we could add another one for Vapey. So they also get a phone call maybe 3 days later saying, hey, just wanted to see if you enjoyed those donuts. And boom, here we go. All right, let's go back to our talk assistant. Oh, did he wait on us and get tired of waiting on us?
Hello.
Hello. I heard it say hello. Once again, guys, this is the free plan. So I could be vastly over my minutes or whatever they've offered me. Okay, so we're going to move on. Or we can try to create an assistant again. Let's see. Let's try to create it again. So we're going to create an assistant. I'm going to create an assistant. We'll name this one Francisco. Since you wanted it to be named Francisco, hit create assistant. We're going to come back over here to what we created for Vapey, for our bakery. Uh-oh. Let's see. All right, cool. All right, so now that's in there. publish, and then just next. Then we're going to link lead status, customer feedback, appointment booked, escalation required, lead qualified, success evaluation, call summary, success evaluation. All right. Next, we're going to use Sandy's scorecard because we kind of already created a scorecard, right? Points below 100, customer feedback, appointment booked, lead qualified, call summary. All right, so we're going to save that stuff. Then we just hit publish. All righty, so now let's see if Francisco works.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? You had me at hello. Okay, I think Vapey is saying we're servered out. Or maybe I've used up all my tokens. Once again, this is the free account, and I believe I may have just used up all of my tokens here. All right, so I think I've burned up all of my tokens, guys, and that's fine. Maybe that's why this little triangles here is telling me you're out of tokens, buddy, because this is the free account.
Hello.
Hello. It keeps saying hello, but then it stops. All right, but you got how it worked. We played with it before, and I think I've burned through all of my tokens, my free tokens. Okay, so we can have it call. We can have these call assistants work for us. We have automation working for them. It needs some great, incredible business tools. You guys go ahead and just type, this is incredible. This is incredible. This is incredible. Go ahead and just type, this is incredible. 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 I see you. I see you. All righty. So we made a funnel automation. We've done where we built funnels where it calls, and we've seen how to connect it all together. So somebody hits the landing page, they fill out something on, say, MailerLite or Aweber or Wix or whatever our landing page of choice is. And then we go from there to our ClickSend, where it texts them, and then we go from there to our Vapey, where it actually calls them. And we can set up, and this stuff can happen instantly, or we can have it on delays. So this is absolutely incredible. Now you see how these mega companies and these large companies do it, where it seems like they're omnipresent, right? Like, man, they are everywhere. Well, now you can be everywhere too. This is great. This is great. Okay. We went over generative AI. This is Runway ML. And you guys are kind of familiar with this stuff already, where you can text to image, right? You can do that with ChatGPT. That's nothing necessarily new, right? But you can just say, hey, I want a baby inside of a rocket wearing a pair of Jordans waving back at Earth, having the time of its life, right? And I just tell it, hey, generate, right? And then it begins to just generate what I asked it to do. Now, once again, this is just a free account, Runway ML, but Runway ML allows you to do something that like ChatGPT does not do. And that is after you've created the image, you can actually go back and create video. You can go back and create video. So you can actually take that image and then create scenes. Create these scenes. Oh, isn't that adorable, baby? Having the time of his life with a set of Chucks on. No, set of J's on. It looks like Chucks, but I told it Jordans. I guess it's Jux. You know, with the little baby spacesuit on, looking adorable. You know, with the J's on, floating in space, waving at everybody. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that adorable? Hercules. That's just incredible right there. All right. So, and if I wanted to, I could say, hey, take this to video, right? And I drag that over there. And then it would now, I could tell it, hey, animate the baby floating for 2 minutes, right? And that would be my scene. Now, like I said, I'm on the free plan, so I don't know if it's going to generate. Well, maybe it will. We'll see. But this is something that AI is just remarkably great at doing. So now I went text to prompt, and now I'm going to video. Think about being able to make movies or commercials, TV shows, music videos, right? Oh, here we go. Hit play. Look at that. Adorable, baby. Isn't that adorable? So adorable. 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 I don't know if that means adorable in Spanish. I don't know how to speak Spanish, y'all. But it's adorable. Baby's super cute. All right. So now look how easy that was. I mean, we did this in seconds. Right? Here it's in 5 seconds, 10 seconds. And then different AIs, video AIs will give you different links. Like HeyGen will do minutes. The opening scene that you guys saw as you were waiting is, HeyGen. So depending on the tool, depends on the result and what you can do with it. But look how quick that was, guys. Look how quick. And we can even come to Zapier, right? If we wanted to, we can come to Zape and add in Runway ML. If they have one with us, Runway ML. Boom. Look at that. And now someone hits my landing page. They get my emails. Then they get a text. Then they get a call from Francisco. Then they get an image of, maybe some donuts or whatever. Maybe they said their favorite color was green and they wanted to live in Texas. And maybe that automatically goes to Runway ML and takes that text and it makes it into an image. And they get an email with that image. Wow. This is outright. This is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. This is unbelievable, guys. This is unbelievable. So we make the funnel. Wow, boom. They get in the funnel and then it starts emailing them. Hey, great best bakery, donuts in town. They get an email once a week with whatever our special is. Right? Telling them to come on in, telling them how to make donuts at home, telling them how to make their own flavorings so they don't see it as spam. They see it as something that is adding value to them. And then they get a call saying that, hey, I hope you enjoyed that last batch of donuts. And then maybe it calls them. I wouldn't call them every week. Maybe it calls them once a month. Just ask them if they want more donuts and did they like the recipe that was mailed out. Just having a conversation with them. Then they get, a text with all of the discounts. Then they get an image, maybe once a week of some cool donuts floating in space or whatever you want, right? Look at the power of this. This is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay. This is unbelievable. The power of this stuff is unbelievable. Okay. I just wanted to listen. This stuff is so incredible, and hopefully, you guys, I'm gonna have you guys here in a second. Just use all of these tools. I'm gonna throw the pre-roll on. Okay, the AI Summit pre-roll for about 1 to 2 minutes, and I want you guys to pull these up. I want you to pull them up. I want to type them in the chat while the pre-roll is going. I want you to begin to pull these up right now, and play with them. Y'all see my castle? I know it looks crooked, but it's not. My roof is slanted because it's a shed. I built it as a shed. And I put that castle back there to remind me, because one day I want to build a castle, and I have all of these ideas on building. I think the way we build homes is just terrible. 80% of the home is really waste. We throw away so much wood and all of this other stuff, the wrappings. And I have some ideas I like to patent to that allow us to build homes in weeks, not months or 8 months, almost a year. And that castle reminds me, hey, work on those ideas. It's kind of like my wall board, my wall vision board. Listen, I'm going to go to the pre-roll, which is the AI Summit. And while that is playing, I want you guys to pull this up and begin to play with them. So I'm going to be working behind the scenes. And yes, I want to live in a castle. Someone say, that's where you want to live. I'm going to build myself a castle, and I'm going to live in the castle. That's what I'm going to do. Me and the family, y'all can call me Sir Johnston, or whatever you want to call me. I'll be the Duke of AI, and I'm going to live in a castle. All right. But yes, so I'm going to go to the pre-roll, and while it's on this pre-roll, so you're going to see this screen.
Listen, what you're about to learn can change the entire direction.
Okay, so you're going to see that screen, and while you see that screen, I want you to pull up all of these apps. I'm going to put them in the comments. That screen is only going to be up for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I might leave it up a little bit longer just because so you have time to get all of the apps. I'm going to copy the links, like the URLs, and I'm going to paste them through so you can literally click the URL to copy it, however you want to do. I want you to pull all of these up. That's going to be important here. And Stephanie said, Sir Levi, I'll take it. I'll take it, Madam Lady Stephanie. Okay, so I'm going to throw this pre-roll on. I'm going to put the links in the chat, and I want you to play with it. And when we come back, I'm going to give you some stats and some other cool stuff. And we're going to review all of this stuff. And I want you guys to ask questions about, this is interactive, very interactive. So I want you to ask questions if you have problems. I'm going to throw your comments on the screen. So take this time. Maybe we'll do it for 5 or 10 minutes and give you an opportunity to maybe get up and grab you a glass of water, then come up and pull up those apps. But it won't be long. I'm not going to leave that pre-roll up long. I'm going to leave it up long enough, hopefully, for you to lock in, pull up all of these websites on the browser like I did. You'll notice that I have them all just up here. So I just have them all, you can see right up here. Right at the very top. So I want yours to look just like that. Matter of fact, I think I'll just leave that screen up. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay. All right. No, I'm going to put on the AI Summit screen. That way you have some music or something going. Okay. All righty. So 10 minutes starting now. Pull all that stuff up, and I'm going to start dropping them in the links in the chat. Pull them up, create accounts, the whole deal.
Listen, what you're about to learn can change the entire direction of your business, your income, and your time. AI is not coming. It's already here. And the people who learn how to use it will move faster, build smarter, and scale with less stress. Welcome to our 3-day AI crash course. Over the next few sessions, I'm going to show you how AI becomes your assistant, your marketing team, your sales team, your research team, without you hiring a whole staff. AI creates millionaire opportunities because it multiplies output, not because it's magic, but because it makes a small team operate like a big team. A one-person business can now create what used to require 5, 10, 20 people. This is how small-cap businesses start thinking like large-cap businesses. Let me give you hard numbers. McKinsey estimates generative AI could create between $2.6 and $4.4 trillion of value annually across use cases. Goldman Sachs research suggested generative AI could raise global GDP by about 7%, roughly $7 trillion. Microsoft reported that 75% of global knowledge workers are already using AI at work, meaning adoption isn't slow anymore. It's mainstream. And here's what I love. Early studies show measurable time savings. Users saving about 11 minutes a day, which adds up to around 10 hours saved in 11 weeks. Let me explain the millionaire part. Money follows leverage. AI gives you leverage in 4 ways: speed, volume, precision, and automation. The new winners are not the people with the most talent. The new winners are the people who can execute the fastest with the highest quality. Small cap businesses stay small because everything depends on the owner. Large cap businesses scale because they run on systems. AI helps you build those systems, writing ads, drafting offers, summarizing feedback, creating SOPs, and analyzing your market. AI is not just for tech companies. It's for anybody who sells, serves, teaches, builds, or leads. If you communicate, you can multiply. There are 3 levels of AI power: assistant, operator, and agency. In this crash course, I'm going to move you up levels, quick. Here's why this matters now. The world is pouring money into AI infrastructure because this is the next industrial revolution. The economy is shifting. Here's what I need from you. Show up, participate, and build while you learn. Don't just watch, execute. Tonight, we're not chasing information. We're building transformation. If you learn to use AI correctly, you'll save time, move faster, and unlock new income streams. All right, day 1 starts now. Let's build. Listen, what you're about to learn can change the entire direction of your business, your income, and your time. AI is not coming, it's already here. And the people who learn how to use it will move faster, build smarter, and scale with less stress. Welcome to our 3-day AI crash course. Over the next few sessions, I'm going to show you how AI becomes your assistant, your marketing team, your sales team, your research team, without you hiring a whole staff. AI creates millionaire opportunities because it multiplies output, not because it's magic, but because it makes a small team operate like a big team. A one-person business can now create what used to require 5, 10, 20 people. This is how small-cap businesses start thinking like large-cap businesses. Let me give you hard numbers. McKinsey estimates generative AI could create between $2.6 and $4.4 trillion of value annually across use cases. Goldman Sachs research suggested generative AI could raise global GDP by about 7%, roughly $7 trillion. Microsoft reported that 75% of global knowledge workers are already using AI at work, meaning adoption isn't slow anymore. It's mainstream. And here's what I love. Early studies show measurable time savings. Users saving about 11 minutes a day, which adds up to around 10 hours saved in 11 weeks. Let me explain the millionaire part. Money follows leverage. AI gives you leverage in 4 ways: speed, volume, precision, and automation. The new winners are not the people with the most talent. The new winners are the people who can execute the fastest with the highest quality. Small cap businesses stay small because everything depends on the owner. Large cap businesses scale because they run on systems. AI helps you build those systems, writing ads, drafting offers, summarizing feedback, creating SOPs, and analyzing your market. AI is not just for tech companies. It's for anybody who sells, serves, teaches, builds, or leads. If you communicate, you can multiply. There are 3 levels of AI power: assistant, operator, and agency. In this crash course, I'm going to move you up levels, quick. Here's why this matters now. The world is pouring money into AI infrastructure because this is the next industrial revolution. The economy is shifting. Here's what I need from you. Show up, participate, and build while you learn. Don't just watch, execute. Tonight, we're not chasing information. We're building transformation. If you learn to use AI correctly, you'll save time, move faster, and unlock new income streams. All right, day 1 starts now. Let's build. Listen, what you're about to learn can change the entire direction of your business, your income, and your time. AI is not coming, it's already here. And the people who learn how to use it will move faster, build smarter, and scale with less stress. Welcome to our 3-day AI crash course. Over the next few sessions, I'm going to show you how AI becomes your assistant, your marketing team, your sales team, your research team, without you hiring a whole staff. AI creates millionaire opportunities because it multiplies output, not because it's magic, but because it makes a small team operate like a big team. A one-person business can now create what used to require 5, 10, 20 people. This is how small-cap businesses start thinking like large-cap businesses. Let me give you hard numbers. McKinsey estimates generative AI could create between $2.6 and $4.4 trillion of value annually across use cases. Goldman Sachs research suggested generative AI could raise global GDP by about 7%, roughly $7 trillion. Microsoft reported that 75% of global knowledge workers are already using AI at work, meaning adoption isn't slow anymore. It's mainstream. And here's what I love. Early studies show measurable time savings. Users saving about 11 minutes a day, which adds up to around 10 hours saved in 11 weeks. Let me explain the millionaire part. Money follows leverage. AI gives you leverage in 4 ways: speed, volume, precision, and automation. The new winners are not the people with the most talent. The new winners are the people who can execute the fastest with the highest quality. Small cap businesses stay small because everything depends on the owner. Large cap businesses scale because they run on systems. AI helps you build those systems, writing ads, drafting offers, summarizing feedback, creating SOPs, and analyzing your market. AI is not just for tech companies. It's for anybody who sells, serves, teaches, builds, or leads. If you communicate, you can multiply. There are 3 levels of AI power: assistant, operator, and agency. In this crash course, I'm going to move you up levels, quick. Here's why this matters now. The world is pouring money into AI infrastructure because this is the next industrial revolution. The economy is shifting. Here's what I need from you. Show up, participate, and build while you learn. Don't just watch, execute. Tonight, we're not chasing information. We're building transformation. If you learn to use AI correctly, you'll save time, move faster, and unlock new income streams. All right, day 1 starts now. Let's build. Listen, what you're about to learn can change the entire direction of your business, your income, and your time. AI is not coming, it's already here. And the people who learn how to use it will move faster, build smarter, and scale with less stress. Welcome to our 3-day AI crash course. Over the next few sessions, I'm going to show you how AI becomes your assistant, your marketing team, your sales team, your research team, without you hiring a whole staff. AI creates millionaire opportunities because it multiplies output, not because it's magic, but because it makes a small team operate like a big team. A one-person business can now create what used to require 5, 10, 20 people. This is how small-cap businesses start thinking like large-cap businesses. Let me give you hard numbers. McKinsey estimates generative AI could create between $2.6 and $4.4 trillion of value annually across use cases. Goldman Sachs research suggested generative AI could raise global GDP by about 7%, roughly $7 trillion. Microsoft reported that 75% of global knowledge workers are already using AI at work, meaning adoption isn't slow anymore. It's mainstream. And here's what I love. Early studies show measurable time savings. Users saving about 11 minutes a day, which adds up to around 10 hours saved in 11 weeks. Let me explain the millionaire part. Money follows leverage. AI gives you leverage in 4 ways: speed, volume, precision, and automation. The new winners are not the people with the most talent. The new winners are the people who can execute the fastest with the highest quality. Small cap businesses stay small because everything depends on the owner. Large cap businesses scale because they run on systems. AI helps you build those systems, writing ads, drafting offers, summarizing feedback, creating SOPs, and analyzing your market. AI is not just for tech companies. It's for anybody who sells, serves, teaches, builds, or leads. If you communicate, you can multiply. There are 3 levels of AI power: assistant, operator, and agency. In this crash course, I'm going to move you up levels, quick. Here's why this matters now. The world is pouring money into AI infrastructure because this is the next industrial revolution. The economy is shifting. Here's what I need from you. Show up, participate, and build while you learn. Don't just watch, execute. Tonight, we're not chasing information. We're building transformation. If you learn to use AI correctly, you'll save time, move faster, and unlock new income streams. All right, day 1 starts now. Let's build.
All right, so how are we doing? How are we doing so far? I'm going to give you guys a few more minutes, so don't panic. But I just want to check in on you real quickly. It's been about, I don't know, 12 minutes. And I just want to check on you guys, see how you're doing. Go ahead and type in the chat how you're doing. I'm going to give you a few more minutes. I know you're still setting up accounts and, all of these things have free tiers, so don't feel like you need to pay for any of them if you want, because you want, the maximum you can get out of them, go ahead. But they all have free tiers, so please utilize the free tiers that are there. But yeah, let me know. I see. All right. Nikki says it's going fine, going well. Okay. Go ahead and type in. Let me know how you're doing. Like I said, I know you're trying to set up things and you're in the middle of setting everything up, but I did want to just pop in real quick and check in on you and make sure that all is well. See if you had any questions. Stephanie says it's going okay. All right, going okay. Going well, going fine. Okay. Awesome. Well, let me get out of your hair. I'm going to let you finish setting up all of those accounts. And you have MailerLite, Vapey, Runway and Mail, Teachable Machine, Zapier, and yeah. So, all right. Okay. And we might get to Suno as well, so you can set up a Suno account if you don't already have one. And also a Google Ads account. So I didn't put that in there, but let me go ahead and put those in there too. And if you're watching this after the fact, you can just Google the names that I'm saying, and they'll pop right on up. Or I might just try to include them in the description. Okay. And Google Ads, just Google, maybe do ads.google.com. We hadn't talked about that yet, but since you're creating accounts now, might as well do it all. That way you don't have to go back as we get, deeper into this and create. All right. Well, I'm excited. Hopefully you're excited, and couldn't be more excited about this. So, all righty. Let me let you get back to it. So go ahead and create these accounts. Familiarize yourself a little bit with them, and we'll be back in a little bit.
Listen, what you're about to learn can change the entire direction of your business, your income, and your time. AI is not coming. It's already here. And the people who learn how to use it will move faster, build smarter, and scale with less stress. Welcome to our 3-day AI crash course. Over the next few sessions, I'm going to show you how AI becomes your assistant, your marketing team, your sales team, your research team, without you hiring a whole staff. AI creates millionaire opportunities because it multiplies output, not because it's magic, but because it makes a small team operate like a big team. A one-person business can now create what used to require 5, 10, 20 people. This is how small-cap businesses start thinking like large-cap businesses. Let me give you hard numbers. McKinsey estimates generative AI could create between $2.6 and $4.4 trillion of value annually across use cases. Goldman Sachs research suggested generative AI could raise global GDP by about 7%, roughly $7 trillion. Microsoft reported that 75% of global knowledge workers are already using AI at work, meaning adoption isn't slow anymore. It's mainstream. And here's what I love. Early studies show measurable time savings. Users saving about 11 minutes a day, which adds up to around 10 hours saved in 11 weeks. Let me explain the millionaire part. Money follows leverage. AI gives you leverage in 4 ways: speed, volume, precision, and automation. The new winners are not the people with the most talent. The new winners are the people who can execute the fastest with the highest quality. Small-cap businesses stay small because everything depends on the owner. Large-cap businesses scale because they run on systems. AI helps you build those systems, writing ads, drafting offers, summarizing feedback, creating SOPs, and analyzing your market. AI is not just for tech companies. It's for anybody who sells, serves, teaches, builds, or leads. If you communicate, you can multiply. There are 3 levels of AI power: assistant, operator, and agency. In this crash course, I'm going to move you up levels, quick. Here's why this matters now. The world is pouring money into AI infrastructure because this is the next industrial revolution. The economy is shifting. Here's what I need from you. Show up, participate, and build while you learn. Don't just watch, execute. Tonight, we're not chasing information. We're building transformation. If you learn to use AI correctly, you'll save time, move faster, and unlock new income streams. All right, day one starts now. Let's build. Listen, what you're about to learn can change the entire direction of your business, your income, and your time. AI is not coming, it's already here. And the people who learn how to use it will move faster, build smarter, and scale with less stress. Welcome to our 3-day AI crash course. Over the next few sessions, I'm going to show you how AI becomes your assistant, your marketing team, your sales team, your research team, without you hiring a whole staff. AI creates millionaire opportunities because it multiplies output, not because it's magic, but because it makes a small team operate like a big team. A one-person business can now create what used to require 5, 10, 20 people. This is how small-cap businesses start thinking like large-cap businesses. Let me give you hard numbers. McKinsey estimates generative AI could create between $2.6 and $4.4 trillion of value annually across use cases. Goldman Sachs research suggested generative AI could raise global GDP by about 7%, roughly $7 trillion. Microsoft reported that 75% of global knowledge workers are already using AI at work, meaning adoption isn't slow anymore. It's mainstream. And here's what I love. Early studies show measurable time savings. Users saving about 11 minutes a day, which adds up to around 10 hours saved in 11 weeks. Let me explain the millionaire part. Money follows leverage. AI gives you leverage in 4 ways: speed, volume, precision, and automation. The new winners are not the people with the most talent. The new winners are the people who can execute the fastest with the highest quality. Small-cap businesses stay small because everything depends on the owner. Large-cap businesses scale because they run on systems. AI helps you build those systems, writing ads, drafting offers, summarizing feedback, creating SOPs, and analyzing your market. AI is not just for tech companies. It's for anybody who sells, serves, teaches, builds, or leads. If you communicate, you can multiply. There are 3 levels of AI power: assistant, operator, and agency. In this crash course, I'm going to move you up levels, quick. Here's why this matters now. The world is pouring money into AI infrastructure because this is the next industrial revolution. The economy is shifting. Here's what I need from you. Show up, participate, and build while you learn. Don't just watch, execute. Tonight, we're not chasing information. We're building transformation. If you learn to use AI correctly, you'll save time, move faster, and unlock new income streams. All right, day one starts now. Let's build. Listen, what you're about to learn can change the entire direction of your business, your income, and your time. AI is not coming, it's already here. And the people who learn how to use it will move faster, build smarter, and scale with less stress. Welcome to our 3-day AI crash course. Over the next few sessions, I'm going to show you how AI becomes your assistant, your marketing team, your sales team, your research team, without you hiring a whole staff. AI creates millionaire opportunities because it multiplies output, not because it's magic, but because it makes a small team operate like a big team. A one-person business can now create what used to require 5, 10, 20 people. This is how small-cap businesses start thinking like large-cap businesses. Let me give you hard numbers. McKinsey estimates generative AI could create between $2.6 and $4.4 trillion of value annually across use cases. Goldman Sachs research suggested generative AI could raise global GDP by about 7%, roughly $7 trillion. Microsoft reported that 75% of global knowledge workers are already using AI at work, meaning adoption isn't slow anymore. It's mainstream. And here's what I love. Early studies show measurable time savings. Users saving about 11 minutes a day, which adds up to around 10 hours saved in 11 weeks. Let me explain the millionaire part. Money follows leverage. AI gives you leverage in 4 ways: speed, volume, precision, and automation. The new winners are not the people with the most talent. The new winners are the people who can execute the fastest with the highest quality. Small-cap businesses stay small because everything depends on the owner. Large cap businesses scale because they run on systems. AI helps you build those systems, writing ads, drafting offers, summarizing feedback, creating SOPs, and analyzing your market. AI is not just for tech companies. It's for anybody who sells, serves, teaches, builds, or leads. If you communicate, you can multiply. There are 3 levels of AI power: assistant, operator, and agency. In this crash course, I'm going to move you up levels, quick. Here's why this matters now. The world is pouring money into AI infrastructure because this is the next industrial revolution. The economy is shifting. Here's what I need from you. Show up, participate, and build while you learn. Don't just watch, execute. Tonight, we're not chasing information. We're building transformation. If you learn to use AI correctly, you'll save time, move faster, and unlock new income streams. All right, day 1 starts now. Let's build.
All right, we're going to have maybe 2 more minutes, and then we're going to start back. So this is the 2-minute warning. I see some of you guys say I created some of the stuff already from yesterday. Awesome. From my class yesterday. I see people are still working. So if you don't have everything created and everything set up, that's totally fine. But we're gonna push on. We're gonna press on. But try to get everything you can created with your own accounts, so you can play around with it, so you can dive right in it, so you can start using these tools. I purposely weaved and found tools that were free. Like I told you, I used Aweber for automation, but they don't have a free tier. So I learned MailerLite to teach you MailerLite, which is like Aweber, but they have a free tier. So I've kind of gone above and beyond to find the free tools for you to use that you didn't have to pay for. So make sure you can log in and take advantage. Put some of that hard work that I did to good use in finding you the free tools. So go ahead and log in, create accounts, and begin to use them. But this is the 2-minute warning. After this, we're gonna start back. So 2-minute warning.
Listen, what you're about to learn can change the entire direction of your business, your income, and your time. AI is not coming, it's already here. And the people who learn how to use it will move faster, build smarter, and scale with less stress. Welcome to our 3-day AI crash course. Over the next few sessions, I'm going to show you how AI becomes your assistant, your marketing team, your sales team, your research team, without you hiring a whole staff. AI creates millionaire opportunities because it multiplies output, not because it's magic, but because it makes a small team operate like a big team. A 1-person business can now create what used to require 5, 10, 20 people. This is how small cap businesses start thinking like large cap businesses. Let me give you hard numbers. McKinsey estimates generative AI could create between $2.6 and $4.4 trillion of value annually across use cases. Goldman Sachs research suggested generative AI could raise global GDP by about 7%, roughly $7 trillion. Microsoft reported that 75% of global knowledge workers are already using AI at work, meaning adoption isn't slow anymore. It's mainstream. And here's what I love. Early studies show measurable time savings. Users saving about 11 minutes a day, which adds up to around 10 hours saved in 11 weeks. Let me explain the millionaire part. Money follows leverage. AI gives you leverage in 4 ways: speed, volume, precision, and automation. The new winners are not the people with the most talent. The new winners are the people who can execute the fastest with the highest quality. Small cap businesses stay small because everything depends on the owner. Large cap businesses scale because they run on systems. AI helps you build those systems, writing ads, drafting offers, summarizing feedback, creating SOPs, and analyzing your market. AI is not just for tech companies. It's for anybody who sells, serves, teaches, builds, or leads. If you communicate, you can multiply. There are 3 levels of AI power: assistant, operator, and agency. In this crash course, I'm going to move you up levels, quick. Here's why this matters now. The world is pouring money into AI infrastructure because this is the next industrial revolution. The economy is shifting. Here's what I need from you. Show up, participate, and build while you learn. Don't just watch, execute. Tonight, we're not chasing information. We're building transformation. If you learn to use AI correctly, you'll save time, move faster, and unlock new income streams. All right, day one starts now. Let's build.
Okay. All right. So we are back. I hope everyone was able to create all of the accounts they needed to, create all of the um, everything that they needed to create to begin to use these systems immediately. So excited that you're here. Remember, we have, if you're anywhere near the San Antonio area, we have in-person tutoring every Saturday at 3 p.m. This Saturday, we do not, because we will be online. But every Saturday, we normally have in-person tutoring. So you can just meet at 3 o'clock and we can go over this. Okay. In person, 2730 West South Cross. All right. Google says it's asking me. I'm reading some of your comments. Google says it's asking for a website. Can we use our landing page? Yes, your landing page should work. Can I call during the week? Yep. Come on out 3 o'clock on Saturdays. Not this Saturday because we'll be virtual. I'm supposed to be in Temple, Texas now, actually, or Richmond, Texas. But other than this Saturday, we'll be there. And then, of course, feel free to reach out to each other, have each other's back, support each other as well on your educational journey. All right. So far, hasn't this stuff been absolutely incredible? Come on. If you've learned not a little, but a lot today, just type in, I learned a lot. Go ahead and just type it in the chat. I learned a lot. And it's not over. We still have more. But if you've just learned a lot so far, just go ahead and type in, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot. So remember, we have classes. And then, of course, once again, tutoring Saturdays at 3 for those that can make it every other day. We have classes, so make sure you're grabbing a class and watching the videos, guys. So one of the benefit of recording, which is why I love recording, is that guess what? You can go back and watch the videos and pick up from there. And you can always email me if you have a question. I love answering your emails. I love some people, they're worried, well, I don't want to bother you. You're not bothering me. I want to hear from you, and I want to be able to help you, because my goal and any professor, any teacher, any educator, the reason we do it is for people to grow. And so if you're not growing, then why are we doing this, right? So if you have a question or need help, reach out, shoot an email, post something in the group or on social, ask a question, DM, whatever. But don't sit there and with access to help and not utilize it. Okay, I see people saying, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot. Raylene, I've learned a lot. Francisco, I've learned a lot. Nikki, I've learned a lot. Okay. All righty. So, no, this is awesome. Yes, please. People are saying I can help. Some do not put your personal phone number in the chat for the world to see. But yeah, definitely DM each other offline. All right, awesome. And so this is absolutely great. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna continue to press on. We have more to learn. We have learned an absolute ton, but we still have more to learn. Okay, we've learned a ton, but we still have more to learn. All right. So we're going to go ahead and hop in. So I have what's next in line as Suno, but we'll save Suno to the end if that's okay. Now I've kind of covered Suno. Maybe we'll save Suno for another class altogether. Okay. And if you could tell, guys, I've actually cleaned up, look, a little bit. And by I mean my wife. So we've actually cleaned up a little bit in here. So it's not absolutely terrible. But let's go ahead and, as the young folks would say, keep it pushing. So let's learn a little bit more. Okay. So Nikki says she loves Suno. Just to, let's see. Alrighty. So make sure you can see this. So we're going to do a quick recap as we continue to move forward here. All right, so we're going to do a quick recap. We're going to go back over everything that we've gone over so far. And from there, we're going to dive into some new stuff. So we're going to go over everything that we've gone so far. And then we're going to dive into some new stuff, okay? Is that okay? If that's okay, go ahead and type that's okay. Stephanie says, shout out to Lady P. Yes, she is my hero. She is my hero. All right, for those that know that song. Okay, so a quick recap. So we learned about Teachable Machine, and not necessarily so much just about Teachable Machine, but specifically about how AI works, and we were able to train our own AI model and see how that works, training our own AI model here. And so gotta love that. So we see how AI is predictive, and it's AI, not ASI, which is artificial superintelligence, or AGI, artificial general intelligence. They're kind of switched it from ASI, artificial superintelligence. Maybe they thought that was too scary. Just call it artificial superintelligence, and they tried to call it artificial general intelligence. But really, ASI, artificial superintelligence, is really more accurate because it'll be a system that'll be able to reason like us and never need sleep, never get hungry, and be able to remember everything it ever learned, ever. If humans could remember everything we've ever learned, ever, we'd be unstoppable. We'd be able to speak every language, ace every test, every quiz. We'd be, unstoppable, right? So, and that's where AI is headed. Right now, it's just predictive, like we were able to put in mics, books, and people, and it can predict. So when it creates an image or a song, like in Suno, Nikki says she loves it. It is predicting what will sound good. It's not actually creating from scratch. Or it's creating from scratch, but it's predicting and not reasoning like humans do. But it's still incredible. When we talk about funnels, this is so good. I mean, y'all know I've worked in business, made people hundreds of thousands of dollars, in advertising and funnels, work with multi-million-dollar businesses. And I tell you, funnels are just, people don't know about them, and they're sleeping on them. Brunson has that whole one funnel away, Russell Brunson, right? And from your multi-million-dollar business. That's it. So you create your landing page. We know about that, where they go in, they hit they click your ad, or, you do a social media post and you put the link in the description and they click it, they come into your funnel and they get the first email with your offer in PDF. then you have a wait a day or a week or whatever, and then sends them your second email. You're always wanting to add value to them. It's about them, not about you. No one cares about you. They always care about themselves. So you want to make sure you add value to them, make their life better, easier, simpler, advance their goals, and then they will advance yours. Then you have it wait again, and you do the third email. And then I have here pickleball purchasing do's and don'ts, right? My fictional pickleball company. And I would go out. Seriously, guys, go out to 50 emails. Send them an email every single week. Or send them an email every Monday. You could call it Massage Mondays or Tutoring Tuesdays, Finance Fridays, whatever business that you're in. Silly Sundays, right? And you do silly places to go eat or whatever your business is. And that way they can associate that day with getting something from you, right? Worship Wednesdays for churches or whatever, right? And send them that every single Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. They get it 5 a.m. They wake up and they can see it, and make it something that is added value to them, not just pitching I've made that mistake before. Let me just pitch my business or pitch, the church or pitch whatever. Hey, come here. And they're just like, well, we don't care about what you're pitching. We care about us. So you want to Snack Fit Sundays. That's perfect. So you are, what's going on, Dr. Sully? And so it's all about them. Make it about them, and they care about them. And make it about how you can add value to them. And when you add value to them, they'll add value to you. Talked about Vapey, right? Doing calls for you. You just... somebody lands on your landing page, puts in their name and their phone number, and then next thing you know, what's going on? It's automatically calling them and having conversations with them, right? And talking with them and having a great time with them. And we did an example with Vapey where, it calls and talks to folks and automatically, and that is so dope. That is so cool that it does that. Matter of fact, I'm actually curious now to see if that other automation that we created, if it's going to up and run. But if it's based on my credit, it's still not going to run because it needs my credits. But I am curious, since it has been a little bit. I am just kind of teasing my own curiosity here, so y'all indulge me on if Vapey will work. We know it works with initially what I set up, but we created our own Kelly, Francisco, Sandy, and let's see if it will run now. I'm going to click on assistance here. Let's go to Sandy, Francisco, Kelly. Okay. So let's go to Francisco. Let's see if it'll let us talk to it. No. So yeah, I think we're out of credits here. That's fine. But Vapey, which will be your personal call assistant, and it will talk and it will call folks for you and talk to them, which is absolutely incredible. We have Zapier. My goodness, y'all. Claude. My goodness. And we talked about Claude AI, but jokingly Claude. So you can have your landing page here, right? So somebody, clicks, hey, click the link in the description. I'm going to give you my recipe for whatever. They click your link and they give you their phone number and the email. They fill out that landing page and it automatically emails them whatever you promised them. And then, they can get a text message as well. Then Vapey calls them and then they get a customized image, right? And Zapier is the one that connects them all together and makes all of these different AIs and softwares work together seamlessly. Okay. And then we just created our floating baby. So adorable. We did a text prompt to create the baby wearing some Jordans, which it kind of made Jordans, space Jordans, right? And I'm going to just make this bigger here. Boom. So it made us some space Jordans. And then we told it to make it a video, and then it started creating videos for us. And this is, what software do we use for this? We use Runaway ML. All right. And then we go, how do we get the prompt? How do we know what to tell Vapey how to call? Well, because we just come over to ChatGPT and we tell it hey, I need a prompt for vaping. And since ChatGPT knows your whole life, right, they can create it. And then we just copied it. We didn't have to create all of this. ChatGPT did. And if you were doing a real bakery, you needed to, on your stuff, you could just upload, your menu and upload your logo and your graphics and all this into ChatGPT and tell it to make your vaping prompt or agent voice prompt or whatever AI, voice AI you like to use. We hadn't covered Suno yet, but I've covered it before live. I want to go ahead and hop into getting your clients, getting your customers into that funnel. Okay. And we'll cover Suno either tonight or on another class, another session. For those that are in the class, I'll upload the Suno videos and all of these videos to the classroom. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm going to pull up a PowerPoint here. Let's see if it's going to work. But I want to talk about Google ads for a second, and Facebook ads, Meta ads, TikTok ads for your breath. No, TikTok ads, and running them and how you get them to work for you, and not against you, and how you can use them to generate leads, because it's so important to generate leads and to have your because all of this stuff doesn't work if you don't have leads, right? It doesn't work if you don't have leads. If you don't have customers going through, it's just not going to work for you. So you have to have customers. And what page is this? So go ahead and type in the chat 2 questions that you just are dying to ask. So go ahead and type in the chat while I pull this PowerPoint up. You guys go ahead and just type in the chat 2 questions that you're dying to ask. That way I can answer it for you as we go into the chat. All right. It doesn't have the specific here. All right. So 2 questions that you're dying to ask. Go ahead and ask them. And I see you guys. So go ahead and just ask whatever you want to ask. You can go ahead and ask it now. And I'm going to answer it as I'm pulling this up, because I really want you guys to see this Google Ads thing. It is, the way it works is just phenomenal. The way it's designed, and it's not just Google ads. Once again, it's Meta ads, which is Facebook, Instagram. It is TikTok ads. They all do the exact same thing. They give you metrics. You pay for space. Now, TikTok to me is remarkably expensive, but it works, right? And so you pay for what works. Now, I'm not a huge fan of just TikTok in general, even though I do. It's not the greatest for monetization, but it is effective. They do capture eyeballs, as they say. People are watching and viewing. So, alrighty. I think it paused on my side. Hopefully you guys could still see me. It kind of paused on my side. Alrighty. So let's read some of you guys' questions. Sorry about that. I think it froze on my side. But let's get to some of you guys' questions. It just decided to take a nap for some odd reason. It was just like, we're going to take a nap, and there's nothing you can do about it. All righty. So let's look at some of you guys' questions here. Can you track Google Ads in real time? Yes. Yes. You can track Google Ads in real time. You can, everything that, just perfectly real time. It'll pop up and you can absolutely track all of your Google Ads in real time. Are TikTok ads worth it? For the right people, I think it's worth it. For the right people, I think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it for everybody, but I think it's worth it for the right people. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see. What else you got? Yeah, with Zapier, it's going to connect. So when you create it and you tell it what you want to connect, it's going to have you like walk through making sure all of those connections work. So make sure you do that. But it's very user intuitive. It'll walk you through. It'll say like next and connect. And if you have any questions, let me know. In a real instance, what could be another problem if we couldn't get the voice assistant to work? So Vapey worked initially for me. I think I just ran out of credits. But there's Vapey, there's Agent Voice, there is, I think Zendesk is one. I've never used it. But yes, so there's a couple different ones that you can use and that you can utilize. I ask about TikTok ads. Let me put all these on the screen. I ask about TikTok ads because their following is kind of young. I imagine products sell better than service. I would totally agree with that. I would 500% agree with that. Their products selling like gadgets. You know, when you're on there, you see a lot of gadgets, right? So I would definitely say selling gadgets would probably be their niche. It's for sure. What other questions you guys have? Alrighty. So let's go ahead and hop in. Thanks for being patient while I was pulling up those slides. I think while I was pulling up the slides, it decided to take a nap. But we're back. It's okay. All right, here we go. And I wanted to pull up this campaign here. From Google Ads. So I spent on a campaign, it's showing here $2,283. We got 656,000 impressions and 25 conversions. So what that means, and I wanted to try to do a screenshot, but when I tried to do the screenshot the first time, it froze. So I'm not going to try that again. And what that means is that I spent, and this could be the course of 3 years or whatever, or course of a month. But what it meant is I spent $2,200 and I got 656,000, my advertisement in front of 656,000 folks. And then 25 converted. So if I did that for one of my food truck clients, that means they spent $2,000 and they sold 25 food trucks at, 20, 30,000 a piece, right? So that's how you get people to your landing page. So we created, let's go over here, back to the screenshot. So we created this landing page, and you have to get people there organically, which means you just create content. And as you create content, you can put in your links and people get there organically. Like you create your own TikTok stuff, or you create your own Facebook stuff or whatever. And you go on and you create ads and you talk and you begin to build your brand. You put the link and then people enter your funnel via the link, right? Or you can do advertisements. And once again, is it worth it? It depends on your business. Maybe services do well on TikTok. I don't know. I hadn't run a service-based thing on TikTok, and I hadn't done a whole lot of advertising on TikTok, just because of kind of the platform it is. It seems to be maybe a little bit younger, but doesn't mean you shouldn't try. You pick out your audience, run some, set aside some money to run some stuff on TikTok and see how it goes. It may go really, really well for you. But I see advertisers on TikTok, so it is definitely working for someone. So yeah, so you run your ad on Meta, which is Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and then you drive people to your landing page. And then from your landing page, of course, they start getting your emails, texts, and calls. All righty. Let's talk a little bit about where's my slideshow here? There we go. All righty. So AI funnels, automations. Let's kind of go through some of the stuff, and we've kind of covered this stuff already. AI models, all of this stuff. So I did this in PowerPoint. I'm using Google Slides because it's easier to pull up here, but it's kind of overlapped my stuff here. But if you can kind of see through the overlapping, you run your Google ads, your advertisements, then you get to a landing page, and you can go to your email funnel, your email funnel, which connects to Zapier, which goes to ClickSend and Vapey, right? So when you run ads, it looks like converting from PowerPoint to Google Slides may have jacked it up, so I might have to open it up in Google Slides. But you have to have some way to get traffic there. Does that make sense? You have to have. Let me go back. You have to have some way to get traffic to where you're going. You have to. If you don't have a way to get traffic to where you're going, you're not going to get any clients. You're not going to grow your business. You're not going to grow your brand. You're not going to get leads. So you have to have a way to get leads. That's why we call it a lead magnet. The free thing you're going to give away is a lead magnet. All businesses to get new clients have lead magnets. Do you think Verizon wants to give away a $1,000 iPhone? No. But they realize if I give away a $1,000 iPhone and you join a family plan, you're paying me $200 a month. Guess what's going to happen? Over the course of the year, I'm gonna make all my $1,000 back plus some profit. And if you stay with me for the next, because people don't change cell phone companies on average every single year. So I sign you to a year agreement, a 2-year agreement. I've paid back that iPhone, plus I've made money off of you, and you'll probably stay my customer for the next, 10, 15 years. Or at least long enough for me to make a really good profit off of you. If you stay for the next 6 years and I've made my money back in the first year, I've done good. All right, so companies give away free things to be able to get new customers. New clients are your lifeblood. You want to get new customers. Unless you're a doctor's office and you're so full up you can't take anybody new. Normally, we want new customers, new clients, because they are the lifeblood of the company. And how do you get new clients? Well, you got to get them some kind of way. Normally, you get them by giving them free stuff. So Google Ads, then you capture their phone number, email, all of that stuff. Via your email funnel, MailerLite, Aweber, whomever, right? Active Campaign, Constant Contact, Drip, whomever you want to use to do as your provider here. And then you capture their stuff, right? And then you can link it to Zapier, and it sends out text and voice and all of that other stuff. But you have to get them in. You can't convert somebody that you can't get in. I've seen people that they itch when you say you have to give away something for free. They itch. No, we're not going to give away anything for free. I was like, well, how do you plan on growing? How do you plan on getting new leads? How do you plan on getting new customers? Why would they come and choose you? Think about it. And this is a business lesson for you guys. Think about this really quickly. Okay. You sell widgets. Why would someone buy your widget over the other 50,000 people that sell widgets? Because my widgets are the best. Guess what? They say their widgets are the best too. Well, my widgets really are the best. Well, the customer will never know it because they're not going to come and try your widgets. Because this guy says, buy one widget, get the second widget free. They're not going to know if your widgets are great or if they're horrible because they'll never try them because they're going to buy their widgets from him. You have to think like a business owner and not like a customer. A lot of businesses fail because the owners think like customers and not like owners. Think like an owner. I need to do whatever I can to get this person in the door. And if you know anything about lifetime value, then you don't mind giving away $1,000 iPhone, right? If you're Verizon, or a dozen donuts if you're Dunkin', or if you're Krispy Kreme, best donuts ever. Krispy Kreme, holler at me. I'll advertise for you. Yeah, I'll build you some funnels. Give me some of those cream. All right. But why would they use why would they use your company over the other 5 million people that make widgets or do your service? You have to get them in the door. Now, once you got them in the door, wow them. Under promise, over deliver, right? They came because you said you were going to give them 2 widgets and one of them is going to be free. But instead they got there and you gave them all 3 widgets for free, or you gave them 2 widgets for free, and you gave them, an extra this and extra that, and you just blow them away, right? And then say you give them away $40 worth of free stuff. And say you do that for 10 people. So you've given away $400 worth of free stuff, right? And out of those 10 people, 4 of them become your customers. So you spent $400, $40 times 10 people, giving away free stuff. 4 of them become your customer. And going back to donuts, you sell donuts. That person comes in once a month and buys donuts for their office, right? And you make $20 a person, right, from those 4 people. That means every month you make $80 off of those people. What happens in 5 months? You've made your $400 back. And if those people stay customers for the next 10 years, you've made a whole lot more than $400. You didn't just break even. You made a pretty hefty profit. So think, hey, what can I give away of value? What can I go above and beyond? People want, if you're just average, you're just average. And people don't talk about average. People don't talk about, man, I had an average donut today. Had an average burger. I met an average person. I got an average, lawyer. I got an average whatever. People don't talk about average. They talk about terrible. Man, my lawyer was terrible. Never hire them. Or, man, my lawyer was incredible. Called me. They pursued the case. It was great, right? My baker was incredible. I ordered 2 dozen, or I ordered a wedding cake. Then they threw in all of this extra stuff. You got to use them. Or my baker was terrible. I ordered a wedding cake. It was late. They had all these excuses, blah, 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 right? People talk about extremes, because that makes good conversation. Nobody wants to hear, man, I had an average pizza today. All right, well, good for you. Man, I had the worst pizza. Oh, my goodness, where did you go? Right? Oh, I had the best pizza. Oh, my goodness, where did you go? Right? So you have to make people's experience phenomenal. You can't make it okay. You have to make it phenomenal. People's experience has to be phenomenal. Has to be incredibly great for someone to talk about it. Hopefully it's not phenomenally terrible. It has to be phenomenally great. And then people will talk about it. So when it comes to customer acquisition, you need to give away stuff. You need to help them out in some over-the-top way. Now, once they come in your door and you wow them with your personality, your charisma, your service, and your customer service, and they just love it, and then there you got them, right? But you got to do something extraordinary to get them in the door. Okay. I think I made that point clear. If you got it, say I got it. Type in the chat, I got it. I got it. If you got it, type in the chat, I got it. I got it. All right. So why this matters: consistency is a competitive advantage. Automation multiplies time, not just effort. Your system should outperform your motivation. You want systems that outperform you, right? That's really great if you have a system that outperforms you. And AI can help you do that. I see Nikki says, I got it. Francisco says, I got it. Simon says, I got it. All right. Large language models in plain English generates responses by predicting the most likely next words, next image, next pixel, next audio, next sound, right? They're trained on huge amounts of text to learn language patterns. They can talk, summarize, classify, guide conversation. We saw that today with Vapey. Great at lead qualifications, answering frequently asked questions. They're really great at just everything, right? Now, what large language models, what AI struggles with? Hallucinations. When I was growing up, they would say somebody was loud and wrong. Like, man, you loud and wrong. You know, I grew up and they would just blast you. It's like, you said that and you was talking about this and demanding this and you were loud and wrong. Don't be loud and wrong. Don't be loud and wrong. So confident about something and you're wrong about it. So don't be loud and wrong. And AI can be loud and wrong. It will tell you in 1492, Columbus painted himself blue. And they'll give you details about the paint he used and how in 1492 these pigments didn't exist, so they had to paint themselves blue. And because it has the data of the world, it can give you stuff that sounds so accurate that it seems believable, and the whole time it's hallucinating. It's hallucinating, which means it's making it up. But it thinks it's real, and it gives to you as facts, so it's very easy for you to think it's real. I'm talking to the president of a Christian organization here, and I think he was researching for one of his books or something like that, and he had his wife proofreading in the scriptures that he had AI go through and do the scriptures, and he says, man, the AI was getting all of the scriptures wrong. The words were right. You know, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Genesis 2 and 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, what? Right? No, that wasn't in Genesis. That was in John, right? But it says it with so much like conviction, you think it's right. So AI hallucinates. So anytime you need something factual, make sure that you double check it. Missing context. Yeah. You have to define borders, which we saw when we did with Vapey, when we had actually ChatGPT give us an outline. Unusual requests need escalation paths. So AI isn't perfect. It's not perfect, but it's helpful. Yep, John 3:16, Stephanie nailed it. All right, guardrails that make AI reliable, clear system instructions. You know, I talk all the time about using ChatGPT as a prompter. I just honestly believe ChatGPT is great at prompting. So when I use other AI systems, I often tell ChatGPT what I'm trying to do and ask it to give me a prompt specifically for that system, specifically for Claude or Bolt or, Runway. I'll just kind of play around with Runway, but you get what I'm saying. Normally, I'm asking it to give me a specific something, and it just does a great job of that. Okay. Approved scripts, human handoff for complex or sensitive cases. All right. So, yeah, just putting some guardrails. Why Teachable Machine was a great demo. All right. What is a funnel? A funnel is a design journey, stranger, lead, customer. Now, we talk about this in class all the time. We want to take cold leads to warm leads. Cold leads, people don't even know we exist, or maybe don't even know our product exists. To warm leads, we're informing them, maybe via the funnels, calls, what have you. Not bugging them, not spamming them, but informing them. We're giving them information about the industry, how it can benefit them. We turn them into a warm customer, then to a hot customer where they say, hey, this is great. How can I use this for my business, right? And then from a hot customer from a cold lead to warm lead to a hot lead, they're looking to spend money. They're researching, how can I spend money with you or someone else that does what you do, right? And hopefully if we did a great job, they want to spend it with us. So cold lead to warm lead to hot lead to a customer. That means they swipe in the credit card. And then to an advocate where they're telling someone else, hey, this is the best bakery or pickleball place or masseuse or whatever. Right? You control the message, the next step, the follow-up. You know, we saw with Zapier, you can control, guys. You can control it all. You can control every piece of your business. You can control everything they see. You get to control it all. And that's pretty awesome that you can do that. So funnel stages: awareness, interest, decision, action. When you build out automated funnels for your business or for your service, for your church. This is the goal. Make people aware that, hey, your organization exists. Get them interested in it, because you're going to do something that makes them interested in who you are and what you do. And then that brings them to a point of decision. Always bring someone to the point of decision. I've talked about this so much. Bring them to a point of decision. By meaning a point of decision, have them tell you yes or no. Now, you're not just going to say, hey, do you want to buy? Because normally people, what they hear is, you want to give me money? And they're like, no, I don't want to. I want my money, right? So normally you don't want to ask yes or no questions, but you'll ask, when can I book you for this appointment? 3:00 today, or does 5:00 on Monday work for you? Right. And that you bring them to a point of decision where they got to say, all right, well, 3:00 today or 5:00 on Monday. Do you want 1 dozen or 2 dozen? Now I got to think, all right, do I want 1 dozen or 2 dozen? Right. And they can always just say, hey, no, I'm good. Right. But you always want to bring them to a point of decision. The old adage from years ago was ABC, always be closing. And closing means always ask for the purchase. You're in business to make a purchase, to make money and to be, fiduciarily responsible to your investors, the people that work for you. And you work for you. So you want to be able to pay yourself. You want to be able to run your business. You want to be able to give your clients a high level of service. You can't do that if you can't afford to buy the stuff that would give them a high level of service, right? So you want to always be closing, right? And then you want to get them to a point of decision, and then to a point of action where they're swiping a credit card and they're showing up to their appointment. So some landing page rules. We talked about this. 1 clear offer, 1 clear call to action. You do not want 500 things. 1 clear offer, 1 clear call to action. This is not a website. This is, Stephanie says, give me some money, please. That's her closer. All right. Give me the money. Show me the money. I got you. All right. So landing page is not a website. You're not going to have 500 buttons. When a person has too many choices, they choose nothing. You see it all the time. A deer in headlights. They have too many choices. You choose nothing. They get startled easily. So you want to give your customer 1 button. Grab the offer. I'm giving you, a free whatever. I'm giving you 5 steps to lower your inflammation. I'm giving you a free guide on the best restaurants in the city, your city, whatever. I'm giving it to you for free. And all you got to do is go to the website and bada bing, bada boom. There you have it. And you're good to go. So 1 button, get the book or get the offer, get the guide. So but they only have 1 choice. Narrows down that they'll get analysis paralysis, which means too many options, which is what happens on websites. All right, minimal fields, name. I normally get first name and last name because it integrates better with other apps that do first name, last name, like ClickSend, right? Like your email funnels. So I'm going to do first name, last name, email, phone, and then anything else, maybe zip code, right? But you don't want to give them too many fields because you don't want them to get them, once again, overwhelmed, deer in the headlights. I'm going to get the essentials I need from you just because I want you to click, get the offer, right? Because then that puts you into my funnel. Now you're going to get my emails, my texts, my calls. Now I have your information to try to turn you from a cold lead to warm, warm to hot, hot to customer, customer to advocate. Okay. All right. Trust builders, proof, testimonials, clarity. So being clear with your offer builds trust. Showing proof, other people that have bought or done your, that's why when you go somewhere, there's normally, testimony is, I'm Jane and I love Davy's hamburgers. Ha, right? Whatever, right? So they have these testimonials on there. Hopefully it's not that, awkward. Hopefully they have some people in there that truly enjoyed their service and that they weren't just saying, hey, say you enjoyed it and I'll give you a free burger, right? Or whatever. But they have testimonials because the human brain, if other people liked it, then I probably will too. So trust builders, proof, testimonials, clarity. Thank you page, right? So once they do whatever, hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for doing whatever. So things that kill the conversation, too many steps. This is a landing page, not a website. 1 step only. Unclear call to action. You're making an offer instead of saying get offer. You put something like buy now, and like buy now. Whoa, I thought I was just coming here to get the 5 free steps or whatever. So the call to action needs to be clear. No immediate follow-up. No follow-up kills, right? So you want immediate follow-up, and now you can with Zapier. You can have them get an email, text, and a phone call, right? No proof. Normally there's no trust, and no next step after they submit. So they submit, and then you don't tell them something. So after they submit, tell them, hey, now go to our website and see other things that we offer. After they've hit your landing page and submit it, then it can automatically take them, or you can just say, hey, now click here to go to our website to see what else we have to offer after you've already gotten the information. If that makes sense, go ahead and type in the chat. That makes sense. If that makes sense, go ahead and type in the chat. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right. So the email funnel goal is to build trust and authority, to paint you as an authority, educate and handle objections, repeat the invitation to take action, move them from curious to confident about your products, right? So what are we doing here? We're saying, hey, I want to build trust with you. I want to show you that I am an authority in cake baking or in pickleball resources. I want to let you know I am the authority. I know where to go, how to go, when to go, why to go. So, and they be like, all right, well, they're the authority. So this makes sense that I would go with them. So build trust, authority, educate. Education is one of the most beautiful things. I always loved an educated buyer. I really didn't have a problem in sales because I didn't believe in swindling people, so I didn't work for companies that I thought were trash and that I couldn't look myself in the mirror. I wouldn't cheat to make $1, and I wouldn't lie to make $1. I wouldn't con someone else to make $1. I was always going to be honest, and I think when you're honest, people know you're honest. Like they can get your vibe and just go, no, this person's honest. They're not slimy. So I was always just honest, and I loved an educated buyer because I never wanted to bottom feed. I never wanted to be the cheapest thing in the market because when you bottom feed, you have bottom feeder problems. If I'm the cheapest, I manufacture the cheapest tire in the market, it's going to be trash. I can't put reinforced steel. I can't use high grade rubber. The inner wheel well, the inner hub is going to be trash. It's going to crack. I'm just have to use cheap everything. And when you make cheap stuff, you have cheap folks' problems. You have people that complain about your product, badmouth your product, come in your store talking a bunch of noise because they had a raw deal. And then you get people that they're just cheapos. So no matter how cheap it is, they're going to complain about it. You just have cheap. When you're bottom feeding, you get bottom feeder problems. So I was never wanted to be a bottom feeder. I wanted to have a high-end product. When I was in the food truck business and manufacturing food trucks, we were not the cheapest. We were one of the most expensive. And I designed it that way on purpose. The owner was like, we need to cut costs. I'm like, no, we need to make a better product. I don't want to be the bottom feeder. And he allowed me to do what I wanted to do. And we bought, we paid labor well. We bought high-end materials. Everything was warranted to work specifically in trailers, food trucks. So, we had a American product that made like liquid propane stoves for food trailers, and then they stopped warrantying them in food trailers. So we stopped carrying them. Other food truck manufacturers were carrying them, even though that person would lose their warranty. We wouldn't. I found someone else that would give like a 5-year warranty, I think, really extended warranty, and food trailers. So we just wanted to be the quality guys. And that means that where everybody else was $15,000 on a food trailer, we were 50. Or, they were 20 and we were 25, we were 50. We were double. But we're making millions because people realize if we buy there, we're going to have certain quality. So we're going to attract people who can get loans for money or who can pay cash, who know what they want, who have researched what they want. And we always tried to educate them. I would send them emails. Everything I'm teaching y'all, I did it. Send them emails. I would talk to them, and I would teach them. When people would try to haggle on price, I would never haggle on price. They're like, hey, man, this is $75,000. Can you come down to $65,000? There's somebody else that's at $55,000. And I would just start explaining to them the difference between leaf spring axles and torsion axles. Because guess what? They didn't know. They didn't know why torsion axles. So when we put torsion axles on ours, that they were better than leaf spring axles. Nothing wrong with leaf spring axles, but we don't use them. We step it up. Or that the metal on our triggers were thicker. or that we did 15,000 BTU ACs versus 12,500 BTU ACs, right? So I just would begin to educate them. And then the more I educated them, the less they wanted deals. And then if they did say, all right, man, we got to shave off 10 grand. I was like, okay, well, our invoices were itemized. Like, well, hey man, what do you want to take off? We can take this off and take this off. And the moment you start taking stuff off, they're like, no, man, I'm good with the price. Right? Just educate your buyer. You don't have to bottom feed. Only time you bottom feed is when you don't have a great product. If you have a great product, just educate your buyer. People don't mind paying more. People don't have a money spending problem. They have a quality problem. They have a value problem. If someone asks you to give them $100 for a rug, you might go, I don't need a rug. But if it's a $50,000 rug and you know that, and you know who it comes from, and you know about how it's made, and someone says, man, I'll sell it to you for $100, they couldn't take your money fast enough. So you didn't mind paying $100 for a rug. You mind paying $100 for a rug you didn't think was worth $100. That's the difference. Teach people your value, and then they don't mind giving you money. All right. Simple email sequencing. And we took that into business, but hey, it's AI for business. All right. A simple email sequence. Email 1, welcome and the promised thing. We talk about that. You welcome them. And then whatever the promised thing is. Value plus a quick win. Email 2, hey, give them some value and a quick win. Hey, man, 10 ways to lose that belly fat. For one, just start putting baking soda, drink a cup of baking soda water in the morning, whatever. I don't know if that's true or not, but you get what I'm saying. Give them something that's true, that adds value to them, an easy win for them. Story and proof. Begin to tell your story. Make it interesting so they feel like it's valuable to read it. Offer. Make an offer. Clear call to action. 10% off if blah, 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 blah for today only, or this month only. I wouldn't do today only because they might not read your email till 2 days from now, right? But this month only. And then a reminder and a sense of urgency. Right? Of course, make it ethical. Don't do something. Once again, honor and integrity is huge. Right? SMS funnel. If you're with me, say put honorable on. My business is honorable. Go ahead and put that in the chat. My business is honorable. My business is honorable. You want an honorable business. My business is honorable. Put that in the chat. My business is honorable. All right. So you got it. SMS is the fastest channel for attention. Use it so everybody reads their text messages, even if they don't read their emails. So SMS, easy. Use it to confirm, remind, and nudge action. Keep it short and simple. You only get like 100, I think, and 60 characters with a SMS. So keep that in mind. SMS best practices, one message, one purpose. So once again, when people get confused, they do nothing, right? So if you send them an SMS or make it larger as an MMS and you send them 500 things, they are not going to take action. They're not going to take action on what you're doing. They're not going to see it. It's just going to be too much, too overwhelming. Hey, I want you to do this. I want you to do that. I want you to do this. I want you to click this. They're going to be like, all right, that's too much. One thing. People are simple people. And now, not as an insult, I'm the same way. You're the same way. We are simple people. We got enough going on in our lives without some confusing text message or confusing email that's asking me to sign up for this and then email that and then go juggle this. Right? Make it simple. Hey, 10% off this coffee. Click the link and get you some. Boom, that's it. All right. Include a clear next step. Respect frequency. Don't spam. Don't make people block you. You paid a lot of money, right, to get that customer into your funnel. You know, if you pay $10 per customer to get them in there, that person cost you $10. So don't lose your $10. Include opt-out language where appropriate. Hey, if you don't want to receive, I do this all the time, y'all. So instead of opt-out language, I do opt-in over and over. I'll shed hundreds of contacts easily because people might not opt out, but they're also not paying attention to your text. So what I do is I opt in. I might have a list of 500 people, and I say, hey, I'm just cleaning up my list. If you'd like to stay receiving what I have to say or my offers or my messages, my devotionals, whatever, go ahead and reply keep. And I use the word keep, K-E-E-P. And then that list might go from 500 to 100. And I just start building it over, right? And I'll do that. I'll do that every year. I want to shed people. If you're not, and I might do it more I might do it twice or 3 times a year because I'm paying, 25 cents every time I text you, right? And if I'm doing a text once a week, I'm paying $1 a month. That's $12 on you. And if I got 100 people I'm doing that to, that's $1,200 that I'm paying to get my message to you, right? And normally it's not 25 cents. It's about 2 cents per person. So spending $200 every year or $500 or whatever, $1,000 every year to text out this group or $2,000 or whatever it is. And I want to make sure the people I'm texting, for one, want to hear it so I'm not spamming them. And then for two, they're reciprocating and they're enjoying the content and they're, participating in what's going on. If not, then I don't want them on the list. I don't want to waste their time and I don't want to waste my money. I want to, talk to my people, my tribe, people that want what I have. So one message, one purpose, include a clear next step, respect frequency, don't spam, include opt-out language where appropriate. You get a text that says, if you don't want to receive any of these messages anymore, reply stop. Right? And I like to go even more extreme. I like to do opt-in because some people receive them, not read them, so they'll never opt out. But if you're not reading them, that means you're not going to opt in because you never heard me say that I was going to, that you needed to opt back in, which is perfect. So you get eliminated. So I like opt out. I like opt in. I want to only message people that want to hear from me. So what an automation really is. Automation equals if X happens, do Y. A digital employee that never forgets the goal, immediate follow-up on every lead. This is why automation wins. So we've talked about a lot about automation. Speed. Respond in seconds is instantaneous. It's instantaneous. Consistency. Every lead gets the full process. Where if you had an employee, they might forget a line to say on this customer, or they might not be perky on this one. And, I know Capital One, you call them and their employees might be working from home. You hear babies crying in the background. AI, and there's nothing wrong, but AI is going to say the right thing, right time, every time. Well, with automation. Now with this conversational AI, I know at least when I was demoing it 2 years ago, it was 80-20, right? But it gets better, and AI's come a long way clearly in 2 years. All right, consistency, every lead gets the full process, the email, the text, right, whatever, the call, scale, you can grow without, they can take one call or they can take 1,000 calls a day, right? You can get one lead a day or 500 leads a day, and it doesn't matter. Where if you had a physical person sitting down, they couldn't answer 500 calls in a day. And you can track it. Someone asked about if you could track the metrics. You can't track all of the metrics. All right. And we know MailerLite or Aweber or Constant Contact or Drip or whomever you want to use, Active Campaign, whatever email service you want to use, email marketing service. They're going to have landing pages. I think all of them pretty much have landing pages where the person can go and put in their information. You can set up tags and segments. And what's a tag or segment? That means when a person puts in their information, you can tag them. So if you ran an ad for crawlers, going back to the bakery scenario, you can tag the word crawler, and then these people like crawlers. Or 2 for 1, these people like discounts. And you can do through these tags. That way when you go through your analytics, you can see I have 500 contacts or 500 people in my funnel. 250 like crawlers, 250 just came because it was a discount, right? And you begin to get a picture of your business. All right, and then, of course, your analytics. We talked about Zapier being able to connect your CRM and your SMS systems, email management systems, conversational AI systems. It's just Zapier is the bomb. And it'll do a lot of this stuff for absolutely free, guys. And then we talked about what ClickSend can do. And you can also receive text from ClickSend. People can text back, and it'll go into your account. And a lot of them are like that. A lot of those text services are like that. Of course, Vapor can call new leads, ask qualifying questions, book appointments. It's pretty cool. So here's your full workflow. Full workflow. Google ad. Hey, I am Barbara with Barbara's Bakery. Or I am Marvin with Marvin's Bowling Alleys, right? We have the cleanest bowling alley or the cleanest bakery. And if you And I want to send you a coupon to get your very first bowl on the house. Like, oh yeah, I can come bowl for free, or come get you half a dozen donuts for free this Friday. Like, all right, whatever. So you run your ad, they click on your landing page, they give you their information, they get an email. That email connects to that when they sign in the landing page and give their information, right? It goes to your email provider. Then it also goes to Zapier, who makes sure everything else happens down the line. Right. And this stuff can happen instantaneously. Like, boom, they fill it out, 0 minutes. So they fill it out and they instantly get the email and text. If you want it to happen that quickly, you can put in delays. Instantly get the email, instantly get the text. 1 to 3 minutes, you can set up so they can get the call from VP or whatever your conversational AI you want to use. Then 2 to 5 days, they can get a text reminder or email reminder or another call. All right. All right. And then, of course, you can get the metrics on all of this stuff, cost per lead. And I'll have that ready for you guys next time. I wanted to pull it up, but when I tried to pull it up, it froze because I was trying to take a screenshot. But all right. All right. So you guys have already had a landing page. If you hadn't, make sure you create your email sequence. I want you to create I'm not going to have you do an SMS sequence because you got to pay for clicks in. You got to, now Vapey, I think it will give you some automation sequences for free. And Zapier, you can do the bulk of everything with Zapier for free. So what I'd love for you to do is to use Zapier, use Vapey. If you don't have to pay for it, I don't want you to have to pay for it. SMS, you're going to have to pay for. I don't know if there's any that are free, to have a free tier. So you already have MailerLite, which is free. You already should have your landing page and 5 email sequence. If you hadn't, or you're new, go ahead and set that up. And then connect Zapier, and then connect Zapier to. Don't you know you can even connect this to Facebook? Can I have this up here? Let me go back to my Zapier here. You can even connect it to Facebook. If you've ever done a lead on Facebook, let me see if I can go back here. You can even do it on Facebook. Where's Facebook? Here it is. That would be prayer funnel the AWeber. So I had a thing where I did say, hey, I want to pray for you. I'd love to pray for you. And people would click on it and they would say, hey, I want to, if you want prayer, message me. And when they messaged me on Facebook, it would go to AWeber. I had this whole full course of how to pray, and why prayer is important and this whole deal. And boom, it worked. And people would get it and they would learn how to pray. Now, we're not selling anything. This was free, just to get people closer to the Lord and in a better mindset, better lifestyle. But it works. Even with Facebook, someone can message you on Facebook and you can connect Facebook with your funnel and all of your automation stuff. Okay. All righty. I think we're going to put a pause on it right there. I think we're going to stop it right there for today's session. If this was good, go ahead and put in the chat, this was good. This was good. If this was good, go ahead and put in the chat, this is good. Come on, this was strong, super strong. You guys got 3 hours of my best stuff, and I'm happy to give it to you. I can see you guys. My business is honorable. My business is honorable. My business is honorable. I like it. So if this is good, go ahead and put in the chat. This is good. 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 I gave you guys my best. I unloaded on you guys. I gave you all of the big guns. I gave you everything tonight. And so in the future, we're going to actually start creating more and more and more of this stuff. Go ahead and put in the chat if this was something you feel like you could use immediately in your business or in your organization. Put in the chat if this is something you think you could use like literally immediately. If you could use this immediately, go ahead and put it in the chat. And if you're watching this, if somebody's watching this later, make sure you go over to ljgsoe.com and purchase the 3-day AI crash course. It's unbelievable. All righty. I see it. I see you guys. I see it. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. I like it. I can use this immediately. Definitely can use. Yes, I can use it. I can use this immediately. Awesome. Man, this is awesome. All right. Well, guys, this has been great. And sorry for the few technical difficulties we had. But we were able to recover well. So love your comments, reading all your comments. So yeah, no, this was awesome. Thank you so much just for connecting. And you guys are doing so great. I love all of the businesses and everything that you guys are doing. And so excited to have you guys connected with GSC and this AI for Business course. And now I'm just so excited because I know you guys are the future. Your businesses are going to explode and become next level. And I'm so excited about that. All righty. So I will see you guys next time. Once again, if you're watching and you're not a GSC student, make sure you go buy the 3-day AI crash course. It's awesome. All of this stuff will be in there. All right. Talk to you later.
Listen, what you're about to learn can change the entire direction of your business, your income, and your time. AI is not coming. It's already here. And the people who learn how to use it will move faster, build smarter, and scale with less stress. Welcome to our 3-day AI crash course. Over the next few sessions, I'm going to show you how AI becomes your assistant, your marketing team, your sales team, your research team, without you hiring a whole staff. AI creates millionaire opportunities because it multiplies output, not because it's magic, but because it makes a small team operate like a big team. A one-person business can now create what used to require 5, 10, 20 people. This is how small-cap businesses start thinking like large-cap businesses. Let me give you hard numbers. McKinsey estimates generative AI could create between $2.6 and $4.4 trillion of value annually across use cases. Goldman Sachs research suggested generative AI could raise global GDP by about 7%, roughly $7 trillion. Microsoft reported that 75% of global knowledge workers are already using AI at work, meaning adoption isn't slow anymore. It's mainstream. And here's what I love. Early studies show measurable time savings. Users saving about 11 minutes a day, which adds up to around 10 hours saved in 11 weeks. Let me explain the millionaire part. Money follows leverage. AI gives you leverage in 4 ways: speed, volume, precision, and automation. The new winners are not the people with the most talent. The new winners are the people who can execute the fastest with the highest quality. Small-cap businesses stay small because everything depends on the owner. Large-cap businesses scale because they run on systems. AI helps you build those systems, writing ads, drafting offers, summarizing feedback, creating SOPs, and analyzing your market. AI is not just for tech companies. It's for anybody who sells, serves, teaches, builds, or leads. If you communicate, you can multiply. There are 3 levels of AI power: assistant, operator, and agency. In this crash course, I'm going to move you up levels, quick. Here's why this matters now. The world is pouring money into AI infrastructure because this is the next industrial revolution. The economy is shifting. Here's what I need from you. Show up, participate, and build while you learn. Don't just watch, execute. Tonight, we're not chasing information. We're building transformation. If you learn to use AI correctly, you'll save time, move faster, and unlock new income streams. All right, day 1 starts now. Let's build.